guys. All right, we are live on Twitch and Tube, in the Tube, I should say. All right, cool. Thank you all so very much. All right, now, guys, happy Tuesday to you all. We're calling this one Tyrannical Tuesday because Donald Trump is on that bullshit. Okay, so we're going to talk about it tonight. So we're going to see what Trump supporters have to say. We're going to actually see if they can actually lean in to having actual conversations, or is it going to be the typical, racism and misogyny, because they just simply are incapable of doing anything else. So we'll see if any of them come up here and prove us wrong tonight. Now, with that being said, thank you all so very much for being here with me tonight, because as you know, you could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me and I appreciate you. So thank you so very much. Now, with that being said, let's be active participants. Let's do all of the good things. Let's continue to tap that screen, working towards 50,000 likes. Also, continue to share the live. Like if you have a MAGA loving cousin, a brother, it could be your mom, a dad, a sister, what am I forgetting? An auntie or an uncle, a sister wife, or a cousin. It does not matter. All right. Share the live with them. Share it. Let's see what happens. Invite them over and tell them that they can have a good time over here and talk about their feelings. All right. Sometimes we have to fib to get what we want. Okay. All right. So with that being said, guys, let's keep doing all of the good things. Again, tap screen, share the live. Let's knock out those gift goals. Right now we're working on our penny gifts, hoping to get on the FYP. All right. And if you voted for Donald Trump, go ahead and get in the box. Get in the box so that we can have a conversation, because that's what we want to do. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do the thing. I'm going to bring up my backup. Okay, there we go. All right, and Trump supporters, let's see here.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Dirk. It's absolutely fantastic to be talking to you. How's everything going?
Hi, Dirk. You're second in line. Marvelous. Did
What's
you vote
up?
for Donald Trump?
Oh,
Yeah. My
Okay,
man
all right.
DJ Double T.
yo,
You talking
Bassmaster,
crap
what's
about with
good,
your
bro?
little young Jeezy?
It's
Eddie,
gonna be a good time. I can already tell.
go ahead.
Super awesome.
Yeah, you should see because.
All right.
Go
Dirk,
ahead.
you voted for Trump too, I presume? Yes, no, maybe so.
Was that for me, Miss Erica?
Come on, Dirk Gazerk.
I said Dirk.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Dirk. Yeah, oh, of course I voted for Trump. I voted for the
Okay,
greatest
and how old
president
are
in
you?
the past 100 years. I'm 30 years old. How about yourself?
Okay, I'm almost 60. One of you
60.
have feedback. One of you, I think, is
Black
I'm
don't
not
crack.
sure.
That's what they say.
Yeah, sure doesn't unless you smoke it. It's marvelous. All right. What I need for both of you to do, just to be
Yeah.
sure, because it's not on me, the echo, I need you to all just swipe out of the app like you're checking a text message and then come back. That should fix the echo for us.
I'm back.
All right. And if you have us on Bluetooth, go ahead and take us off Bluetooth, because that sometimes can cause the echo also.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What are you, a technical wizard or something? What are you, a
Possibly.
tech support?
Possibly. Did you turn it off and on?
I did.
All right. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so marvelous. All right. Which one do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about why you still support Donald Trump, or do you want to talk about how if you voted for the right, you won't see the light? New York City.
I don't know about the second one, but I voted for my man DJ Double T because he got ice out on the streets, taking away all the gangsters who brought in all the Fenties and made all these.
You know darn well that you can't say that on TikTok. Use TikTok.
Well, I didn't say it. I did use code language.
No, they don't even like that word. You can say like the F pill or something to that effect, but don't say.
Don't even like that one, man. See, I don't like these commies
then
grooming
you gotta
my
take
speech.
it up with TikTok. It's not my problem. I'm only following
Yeah, that's
TikTok.
it. You guys love these comments, and now it's going to be owned by Israel.
Okay. Hey, D.
Real.
I don't know what you just said. You broke up, and I think it's for the best that you did. I really do think it's for the best.
We already found out what
so
they used
marvelous. I need you to catch a bubble. I need you to catch a bubble.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
I hear you.
Appreciate
Loud
you.
and clear.
All right. So, Marvelous, you said that you voted for Donald Trump because of his immigration, what he's doing there, because it's not a policy. Because, like, can you tell us what the name of his immigration policy is?
Well, I don't need to know the name. I seen the videos of them out in the street and rounding these guys up. They weren't supposed to be here.
Where are
man.
they sending them to?
I don't know, probably El Salvador or wherever they go, Guantanamo. I know a lot of them run into Canada. I got dual citizen Canada, man. And you know what it's like up there? When he got Carney down in the office there today and he's talking down to him. Yeah, that's a real leader, you know?
That's not a. I'm so sorry. I'm convinced that you don't know what leadership is, but so we don't even have to go there because Donald Trump is not a leader.
Yeah, when he was calling
leading by fear is not effective at all. But anywho, so my question for you, Marvelous, would be is do you respect the Constitution? Marvelous.
Yeah, of course I respect the Constitution.
You do respect the Constitution. Do you expect the people that you vote for to respect the Constitution?
Well, I know you're going to do some gotcha about him screwing up the Constitution and doing some naysays.
So you support him skirting and circumventing the Constitution. You support that?
Exactly what?
Exactly what? We can definitely talk about due process. We can talk about how he is going against posse comitatus. What else can we talk about? We can talk about how
due process is not for illegals, man.
I'm so sorry. What?
Due process does not apply to illegals, ma'am.
Why do you say that?
Because I don't know. Even if some circuit court judge ruled that it does, we know it does, and we know it's unfair. This is something else beyond all of that. When I didn't open the border, the most incompetent president, the USDA.
Oh my God! Not what about Biden? Hey! Marvelous. We don't want to do what about Biden. I need you to focus on Donald Trump. Biden went against the Constitution. Biden didn't open up the borders. Our borders were always open.
Trump is cleaning up Biden's mess.
He's not cleaning up. Biden didn't create any mess, sir.
He did. He let all the people come across through the CBP app that he facilitated. They all tore up their documents at the border, and now they're coming into Canada, where I got to live the other time. And I see them all riding around on e-bikes up
so
here. So
you're telling me that we have people who's coming in? You said a lot. I want you to slow down first of all, because you're saying a lot. All right, you're kind of stinging. Nope. I need you to focus. Okay.
No, you leftists always want to focus on one mundane point, man. This not about that. This.
Okay. Bye. You know what? It's Tuesday. I don't have to do that shit. I don't gotta do that at all. Hold on, Dirk. I'm not talking to you yet. One moment.
Well, what did I say? I didn't say anything.
You came off of mute.
Yeah, who cares? I could go off mute.
I'm not talking to you yet. I don't have to be aggravated on a Tuesday. Okay. All right, guys. Let's keep very much so, because that's my baby, SJ. Guys, let's keep tapping the screen, sharing the live. Let's keep doing all of the good things. All right. All of the good things. Let me see here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and reset the goal. Let's work on something. I saw one that I want to try. It is I don't like pumpkin pie because that's nasty. I don't like pumpkin lattes either because that's nasty. Who likes pumpkin spice lattes? Like, that is absolutely disgusting. Why would you even? Yeah. Dirk, do you like pumpkin spice lattes?
No, I'm not a transgender or a woman.
What?
Well, it seems to be a womanly or kind of gay thing to like.
Do you know any transgender people?
No, thankfully.
Oh, you don't know any transgender people. So
no.
You're choosing
my life is safer
blindly. You're choosing to blindly hate people.
My life is safer for it. Yeah. I finally.
Your life is safer for it. No,
well, yeah,
I think your life.
How
many white men do you know?
I know plenty of white men.
You know plenty of white men. How many of those white men are heterosexual?
Mostly all of them. I've got a few homo friends.
Don't say that. Don't do that. Yeah, just say, you can say homosexual, you say queer, you can say gay. Don't say homo, because you're trying to be, you're really trying to be inflammatory. Don't do it.
Go ahead.
Okay, I am going to go ahead, and you're going to listen.
Well, you have my permission.
Okay, so you know many white men, and many of them are heterosexual, you said.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Would it surprise you that over 90% of mass shootings that have occurred in the United States since 1996 have been conducted by cisgendered white heterosexual males?
Yeah, but what's
So
the
maybe
ratio?
you should have
I'm
a
talking odds here,
concern.
lady.
Maybe you should have a concern about your demographic, your brethren, rather than transgender people. How about that? That's who we
Like I
all
said,
are
I'm
afraid
talking
of.
about
All
ratios here.
263 people up in here.
What's the numerator and what's the denominator?
What would be
for
the
your
new?
stat?
What would be the actual reason for the numerator and the denominator for that?
Well,
What would
because
be the
like I
point?
said, I'm talking ratios, and that's what a ratio is.
They literally represent less than 1%
Well, hold on,
of
lady,
the
do you know
U.S.
what a ratio
demographic.
is?
That'll be absolutely silly when I've already given you the percentage. So
You know what
make
a
it make
ratio
sense.
is?
I know what a
Well, yeah,
ratio
because you're
is.
saying a percentage of the whole.
I know
but
what a
you're
ratio
not
is. So
taking
if
into
we
account
look
the
at it,
percentage of the
9 out of 10, 9 out of 10
Yeah.
mass shooters are white cisgendered men.
Yeah, but like I
The
said,
fuck
you're
are
not
we
taking
doing?
into account the population of the
Like,
country.
what are we doing? Are you trying to go with per
That's
capita?
like saying 100%
I know
of
you're
all
not going to
shooters
do
are
per
water
capita on mass shootings. You have got to be the stupidest motherfuckers ever graced this
100% of them
panel.
drink water.
Like,
Stay away
seriously,
from
you
water.
are stupid. Like, real quick, you're stupid.
Hold on, how
Tap,
many
tap, tap the
percent
screen,
of them
y'all.
are
Tap,
water
tap, tap the
drinkers?
screen.
What
You
percent
tell
of
us. You tell us the percentage.
100% are water drinkers. Should I stay away
You
from
tell
water drinkers?
us. You tell us. Well, what do we think?
Stay
Because
away
less
from
than
all water
1%
drinkers?
of transgender people have committed any type of
because
mass
that's what I said. You
pew-pewing,
gotta take a
but
look
you're
at the
saying that you're
ratios.
afraid of transgender people. That doesn't make any sense.
1%
What
of
you
the
just said
population
doesn't make any sense. Shut up while
This
I'm
is
talking.
1% of the
Shut up.
population.
You don't get to talk. You don't get to talk here. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Shush up. Behave yourself. Be a good boy.
Go
Be a
ahead.
good boy. Be a good boy. Be a good boy.
How do you know?
Don't come off of mute. Be a good boy. You better
know,
mind your manners. You better mind your manners. I know that much. We're not going to be able to move forward until you mind your manners. Behave yourself. Act like you got some sense here, some decency, decorum. You blindly hating people for no reason whatsoever. You don't even know any transgender people. But yet you somehow, some way feel safe around white heterosexual men such as yourself when you're the demographic that are going into schools, grocery stores, churches, movie theaters, fucking docks. Like, what are we doing? You just did a boat drive-by a week ago. What are we doing? You should be afraid of white men. That's who you should be afraid of. And if you want to talk about ratios, again, 9 out of 10 mass shooters are white cisgender heterosexual men. And you want to look at ratios when it comes to the transgender people who, again, only represent less than 1% of the American population. All right. And only 5 of them within the history since the 90s, have committed any type of mass shooting.
No, wild.
All right. No, it's not wild. It's less than 1% of them.
5 of
so
the
there's
wild.
that. And you ain't gonna be able to tell us the ratio anyways. So stop being a fucking bigot on this panel and get your shit together. I am so tired of you all being racist little pieces of poop. It is not even racist. I'm sorry. Being fucking bigoted. Bigot. I'm sorry. That was me projecting. I just don't like y'all. So that's what it is. I'm my apologies. I just don't like y'all. But you are racist too. I'm pretty sure of it. Anywho, now, are you ready to behave yourself? Yes or no?
I've been behaving myself.
No, you haven't.
Of course I have.
Now, you're going to stop over talking, okay?
Why, you can't handle it?
No, that's not how you have a conversation.
Yeah, no, okay, all right. I'll cool down if you can't
Okay.
handle it. That's all.
Stop over talking. I
Well,
appreciate
go ahead,
it.
make your point.
Thank you very much. I already made my point. I made several of them.
Did you?
Now you
What?
can respond.
You never
and
answered
tell
my
us
point. I said
why-
100% of mass shooters
why-
are water drinkers. Should I stay away from them then? Should I stay,
Stay away
all
from water.
drinkers?
That's to be a
Water
personal choice
drinkers.
on yours.
So I should stay away from water drinkers?
That's
your
a
logic?
personal choice on yours because that's a false equivalency. What you're
How's
doing
that a
right
false
there, sir.
equivalency? That's a
How
literal
is it?
direct
No.
equivalency.
No, it's not because
Of course it
you said
stuttering.
said
You're thinking.
that you feel safer.
Yeah,
You feel safer not being around transgender people.
Absolutely, because
right. I made
mass
the
shootings were
point,
done by
excuse me.
transgenders who are less than 1% of the population.
No, sir. The last mass shooting that we had, it
And
was
the
2
Charlie
of them
Kirk
within
killer
one
was a
weekend.
homosexual dating one.
Sir, when you date a transgender person, that does not mean that you're homosexual. I really need you
literally
to read a fucking
does,
book.
actually.
No, it doesn't.
He's
It
attracted
doesn't.
to the same sex.
It literally doesn't.
Literally, what's the definition of homosexual?
There we go. If you are a man and you're dating a transgendered woman, then guess what you are? You're in
a homosexual
heterosexual relationship. That's what you're in. If you are a woman and you're dating a transgender man, guess what you are? You are in a heterosexual relationship. It's that simple. It's not hard.
They're not a woman. They're not actually a woman. You know.
Yeah. Guess what? Here's the thing. All right. No one on this live right now, all right, is transgender. All right. So you are just doing this because you don't want to talk about how Donald Trump is a piece of poop president. That is why. That's why you're doing this. Because you don't want to talk about present day. You don't want to talk about Donald Trump sending troops into American cities. You don't want to talk about that. You don't want to talk about Donald Trump encouraging the GOP to not make a deal with the Democrats. You don't want to talk about Donald Trump. Yes, the shutdown. Of course. What else are we talking about? Do you want to talk about the shutdown?
Sure. You want to talk about the Schumer shutdown?
Sure. You can call it a Schumer shutdown all you want.
Well, that's what it's called. I see how you dodged the transgender
go.
debate, but go ahead.
Go. What would there's nothing to debate about someone's existence.
Well,
there's nothing to debate there.
100% of mass shooters drink water analogy.
I already told you that was a false equivalency.
That's
I need you to track.
Equivalency.
No, it's not an exact equivalency.
Of course it is.
It's false.
Of course
false
it is.
equivalency.
Because ratios matter.
No,
when we're talking,
ratios do not matter in that instance because it does not make sense because all of us drink water, you silly pants. See, here you go. Men. You don't get to deflect. We're going to talk about the shutdown. If you mention transgender people one more time on this panel, you will not be welcome back. Do you understand? Yes or no? Do you understand? Yes or no?
I just don't want to get.
Do you understand? Yes or no?
Of course I understand.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Now act like you do understand. With that being said, all right. Tell us about this shutdown, and then we'll discuss it. Thank you.
Sure. The Democrats were handed a clean CR, and they're refusing to sign it unless the free healthcare for illegal immigrants is added back into the CR and into the budget. This is called the Schumer shutdown, where they care more about healthcare for illegal immigrants as opposed to helping out the American people.
You made that point twice now. Okay, please allow me a moment to respond.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I thank you for giving me permission to respond on my own live.
Go ahead.
I thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Now, with that being said, all right, I want you to reach into the deep recesses of your mind. All right, like get past the non-playing character part of your brain. All right, and go to the part that can critically think. Go to that part of your brain.
Right.
All right. We know that it's small. We know that it's minuscule. We understand that. So we know that part. All right.
Go ahead.
Go back there. All right. And tell us, please. Tell us.
Yeah.
How does an undocumented immigrant who does not have a social security number get federal Medicaid? Tell us how.
Yeah, I mean, there's loopholes. The California loophole, which was closed in big, beautiful bill. I mean, it's that simple. There's been documented 1.5 million illegal immigrants on Medicaid. That's a documented fact. You could look it up for yourself.
So you're talking about state level coverage.
Reported on it.
You're talking about state
news organizations reported on this, and you're just going to bury your head in the sand and say it's not possible.
You're talking about state level coverage, right?
Well, okay. Who funds Medicaid and Medicare? The federal government.
No, you see what you don't understand. What you don't. No, because that's not. That's an absolute. All right. Medicaid.
This is the best
to be specific because we're talking about Medicaid. All right, is funded by both the state and the federal government.
Right. So tax
All
dollars.
right, you
are
hush
going
your
to illegal
mouth and be
immigrants getting
quiet,
free
please.
healthcare.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you
said that
so,
was
so
gonna
very
happen.
much. Thank you so, so very much.
Hold on. I thought you said that wasn't happening.
Shut up. So,
Hold on.
Med-Cal,
You said
all
it wasn't
right,
happening.
which is the state of California's version of Medicaid, all right, does up until January 1st of 2026 does provide coverage to undocumented immigrants. It does. However, only state and local taxes within California actually go towards the cost of that coverage. Now, if you have something different when it comes to Med-Cal, when you have something different when it comes to Med-Cal, please tell us. Please do tell us.
Have it on their desk if it's.
You don't get to talk until you tell us.
Well, I'm asking you, why does Congress have it on their desk if it's only at the state level?
Because, and part of the big beautiful bill, all right, part of the big beautiful bill, I believe is 1077. I'll get it, but part of the big beautiful bill, they wanted to change the requirements. They wanted to change the requirements for those who can actually get access.
Ending loopholes for illegal immigrants. This is the hill Democrats are dying on. Isn't that ending?
What I don't have to be is aggravated. I don't. I don't have to be aggravated at all. I don't, and I won't, Nope, Daquan. Nope, not doing it. I will not be aggravated. We're just not going to do it tonight, guys. We're not going to do it. Tis all. I ain't fucking doing it, and I don't have to do it. So there's that. All right. There's that. Anywho, as I was saying, all right, in the big beautiful bill, they actually want to change the requirements in regards to undocumented immigrants who will be able to qualify for emergency Medicaid. Emergency Medicaid is actually something that is kind of codified in our Constitution. You have to provide health care. All right. If a person does not have health insurance, you have to provide health care in the event of an emergency. Tis all. So with that being said, all right, undocumented immigrants, all right, do get emergency Medicaid coverage because you can't go to the emergency room and be denied service. And someone has to pay for it. So there's that. Now, in the state of California, to make this quite simple, all right, for the people who can't get past the NPC barriers in their brain, all right, I know you have quite a few that you have to pivot around in order to get there, and it might take you a while to do so, okay? But state and local taxes, all right, are definitely what pay for Medicaid for undocumented immigrants in states like Colorado and also California. All right. The taxes that you pay, all right, state and locally in places like Indiana, Virginia, Arizona, Kentucky, Kansas, Texas, it don't matter. All right. If you don't live in that state, you're not paying towards whatever state Medicaid they provide their residents. So that is the end of it. All right. I am convinced, and I have been for a very long time, that the majority of you maggots, all right, have never met a lie from Donald Trump and his minions that you do not believe. And it's sad. It is sad. All right. You show the failure of the United States education system because you all have the inability to actually research and disseminate information. And it's sad. It's absolutely sad and it's disgusting. It sure is. It's meant to be condescending because you're willfully ignorant and willfully obtuse, which makes you stupid. Stop being stupid and people won't have to talk to you this way. Stupid. Anywho, Slayer, you already know I don't fuck with you no more, so stop. Anywho, tap the screen, y'all. Share the live. Keep doing all of the good things. I'm going to go ahead and read these off. Let me see here. Shout out to Taro for the $2 super chat. Taro said, Phil, do you fuck with Pangea? Phil does not fuck with Pangea. I am pretty sure Phil does not know what Pangea is, Taro. But thank you so much, love, for that super chat. I appreciate you. All right. Awesome. So, guys, we're now 148 because Taro has started us off on our daily donation goal. Pay links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. Hey, Bill. Hey, Miss Gina. All right. Again, everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. All right. It's the best way to support the live. And if you're on YouTube, the best way to do so is via a super chat. Thank you all so much for the love, the kindness, the encouragement, and most definitely the engagement. All right, let's continue on with these conversations and see where we go. All right. Hi, Humble. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I'm from Compton, California. I voted for Harris, and I'm 61 years old.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. Well, love, I'm currently only looking for Trump supporters right now, so I'm going to let you down, but I want to thank you so much for being here.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, did you just want to come up here and confirm that the residents in California are the ones that pay for the Medicaid for the undocumented
Yes, we do. We pay
immigrants?
for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We really do. And I live in $1 million house in Compton.
I believe you. I believe you. Like,
Oh, so
California
thank
is
you.
definitely expensive.
It is. Thank you for having me.
Of course, love. Thank you for
Okay,
coming by.
bye-bye.
Have a great night.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Hi, not delusional. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I sure did.
Okay. How old are you?
40.
40. Okay. All right. So, do you want to talk about how Trump hates America and why you still support him? Or do you want to talk about how you voted right so you won't see the light?
Did that last person say, I'll pick on the second one, but did that last person say that the people that live in California pay for illegal immigrant healthcare?
It's not illegal immigrants, guys. Okay, guys. Can we
What did he
can
say
we
they
get-
could pay for? I
he
didn't hear him
said that
correctly.
we all pay for undocumented immigrants to have
Oh, okay.
Medicaid, which
Who's
is
we?
wrong.
Like, so
He's
it's
talking
it's
about
wrong.
we all. Yes, all of us. So with our
Okay.
taxes, no matter where we live, we pay for undocumented immigrants to have Medicaid, which is untrue.
Yeah, it's not emergency aid though, right? Like
They're
emergency
getting-
room.
Yes, it's called emergency Medicaid.
Yeah, I'm not cool with that.
So you aren't cool with people getting care? You're not cool with people getting medical care.
I'm not
So
cool
like
with
if a person gets into a
Yes, I'm
car
not cool with it.
accident and their leg is hanging from a joint, you're not okay with doctors actually, putting that shit back together.
They have to do it. They have to do it because of Intala. I am in the medical field, but if they wouldn't have been here from the first place, they wouldn't be in a car accident, right?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, you're
No,
fucking
that
delusional,
is
bro.
sick.
You're delusional. You're gone.
That is sick. You might
Your
not be
your mind is
delusional. You might
Your
not be
mind is gone.
delusional, but you are a piece of shit.
Oh, here we go.
So
Name
there's that.
calling from the left.
You just called me. You said my mind is gone. So it's okay
Your
for
mind
you to
is
say
gone.
that my mind is gone, but I can't call you a piece of shit. What?
I mean,
Like, is that
I'm
what
not.
we doing?
I'm not insulting you, really.
I'm sorry. You just said that my mind is gone, but I can't say that you're a
Listen
piece
to what
of
you
ass.
just said. Listen
I'm
to what you
so
just said.
sorry. I'm so sorry. Because here's the deal. You go low, I'm gonna take it to the below the
There you
tigers
go,
of
baby.
hell.
Talk,
All
girl.
right? I am
Preach.
gonna talk, boy.
Preach,
I am
sister.
gonna talk. I am gonna talk. All right. Because what you can't do is you can't form a coherent argument. So what you want to do is you want to lean into misogyny, is what you want to do.
Of course I
All
can.
right. You might actually even do a little bit of the racism. All right. I can sense it in the back of your throat. All right.
Really?
Yeah, I can sense it in the back of your
Yeah,
throat.
I can-
You want to say something racist. I get it. I get it. I understand it. I understand that black people such as myself, all right, we occupy so much space in your brain. So much space in your brain,
Waste a
all right,
second,
that
everybody.
you literally think about us every single second of every single day. You can't help yourself. You're obsessed. You're obsessed. You want to be us, all right? And because you can't be us, all right, you hate us. You want to put us down. And it's because you're subpar, all right? All right? It's not my fault. It's not my fault that the sun hates you. It's not my fault. It's not my fault, all right, that you get lice. That's not my fault, okay? Please. All right. It's not my fault that you dance on the 1 and the 3 instead of the 2 and the 4. It's not my fault. Okay. All right. All right. Stop being obsessed with us. No, I'm not done. I got a lot of shit to say tonight. I'm not done. I'm
Keep
not.
going.
I'm not. I am
Raging.
going to keep going. Thank you for giving me permission to keep going on my own live. All right. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you so very, very much. You fucking weirdo. Y'all are so weird. Just so weird. Absolutely weird. Fucking disgusting. Just absolutely disgusting creatures. Absolutely disgusting. disgusting. Like, I have no other words for you all. You all are fucking disgusting. Nobody wants to see your TV. Okay, you have your TV on a stand.
Stand.
It's a plastic stand.
I'm in the pool, boo. It's a metal stand.
Okay, and who
I'm in the pool,
cares?
baby.
I'm trying to understand who gives a rat's ass.
Damn,
Who
why you so
cares?
angry? Why you so angry with the world, boo?
I'm not angry with the world. You're the one that's angry with the world. You're the one coming up here saying that you don't want people, all right,
That's
simply
not what I
because of
said.
their citizenship status
That's
to
not what I
get
said.
medical care. You literally said
That's
that.
not what I said. I said
Did you not say? Do we need to rewind the tape? Did you not say that
Without
you
being
don't think
muted or
that undocumented immigrants should not get emergency care?
they wouldn't be here in the first.
That is stupid. You don't get to talk.
And then I said,
Guys, I think I'm just going to play the mute game tonight. That's what I'm going to do.
keep muting.
I am.
This is the
So, anywho, guys, all right. If you too think that undocumented immigrants, which are asylum seekers and also people who are waiting for their permanent residency status, should not get emergency Medicare, or I'm sorry, Medicaid, then by all means, request up. Request
that
up.
fucking little part.
Request up. Request up. Request up. Blah, blah, blah.
Stay with it, baby.
Blah. You can say what you want about me. One thing I know you can't say about me, all right, you can't call me ugly, you can't call me broke. I know that much. So there's that. All right. But I can say that you are obsessed with Black people. I know that much. That's why you come into these spaces, all right, and act the way in which you act.
That's bitch.
Yeah, because you are obsessed with us. All right.
Very
and because
obsessed.
you can't be us, you can't be Black, you'll never be Black. What you do is you do stuff like this. You act like this. You act like this because you're still here. You don't even get a word in edgewise, and you're still here. You're weird. You're absolutely weird. You're a weirdo. You're strange. I need you. I need y'all to learn some behavior. Like, y'all got to learn some decorum. You got to act like your mom taught you some home training, or else I'm going to be your mother and I'm going to teach you some. I'm going to teach you some home training. Y'all going to get some home training eventually. I'm going to keep you on a leash. All right. You're going to stop pissing on the floor when you come around here. All right. You're going to stop pissing on the floor when you come around here. That's the main thing. I cannot stand it. All right. Can't stand it. I need you all to be better. All right. Y'all supposed to be the superior race. You're supposed to be the superior race. Yet y'all continuously act like this. You are disappointing your clan ancestors. Your ancestors are not happy with you. They are not happy with you. They want you to do better. They really do. They want you to be better. Try to be better. Okay? You all have, yes, I'm pretty sure he is cool. They all have a degradation kink. Like, something is wrong with them. They're not well people. They're not well. Exactly, Heather. They will be the minority soon. It's supposed to be 2040. I heard 2050. Hoping for 2040. All right? Because they're so afraid that once they are the minority, that people would treat them how they treated people here in the United States for centuries. That's what they're afraid of. That's literally what they're afraid of. Literally what they're afraid of. Oh, you want to talk about Black on Black crime? I know you don't know what the word proximity means, and I'm not even here to give you that lesson. But we can talk about white on white violence. Do we want to talk about the fact that you all are mass unaliving each other? Like, you're literally going to colleges and unaliving each other. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're making your own activists lean to the left. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, what is this about? And why is it about this? Like, why are you guys killing each other? Like, do we want to talk about the fact that, like, your daughters can't sleep safely at night without fear of you coming into their room and touching them? We don't want to talk about that now, do you? You don't want to talk about that. No, okay, all right. You don't want to talk about how you don't only take out your wives or your girlfriends and the kids, but you also take out the dogs. Hey, not delusional. Not delusional. All right. Tell us. Why the dog? Why the dog? Tell us.
She's got a man. There's no way she's got a man.
Why the dog? Please tell us why the dog.
Would you want me to answer that question for real?
Yeah, why the dog? Why do you have to take out the dog too? What did the dog ever do to you?
Why do you have to take out an innocent child when they're sleeping?
Why?
And you do a drive-by shooting
Why?
and pew somebody.
The
Why?
audacity.
Tell me why.
Why do you
Why?
like to walk into schools and unalive children? Why do you like to walk into schools
Add all
and
that.
unalive preschoolers? Why do you like to do that? Why do you like to go into movie theaters and unalive moviegoers? Why do you like to go into grocery stores and unalive people simply shopping for Sunday dinner? Why do you like to do that? Why do you like to do boat drive-bys? Why do you like to do that? Tell us, why do you like to do that? Tell us, why do you like to do that? When I take you off on mute, tell us why. Why do you also like to go into churches,
If you add up all
Bible studies with people, whole Bible studies, and then all of a sudden unleash an AR-15 on them? Why do you like to do that? Tell us why. Please tell us why. Why do you all keep unaliving each other? Why do you all keep unaliving everyone? We can't even go to the mall without the fear of one of you being angry that day because your mom didn't buy you the game that you wanted. Being angry because the girl that you like said, ew, get away from me. Like, we can't do anything without the fear of you all being around and harming people. Children can't sleep safely at night, boys and girls, right? Your wives, your girlfriends, your partners are definitely afraid of you. So there's that part. They're definitely afraid of you. The dogs don't like you because the dogs know. The dogs can sniff it. You wonder why that dog barking at you. You wonder. The fuck wrong with y'all? Fuck out of here with that nonsense. Itchy dyed his beard. No, he didn't. The fan club said he couldn't do that. The fan club said no, he can't do that. Welcome in, Dan Trail Raid. Welcome in, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I know a lot of y'all, but if you aren't following me, all right, be sure to take a look by my name and tap that follow button. All right, I appreciate you all so very much. Right now, we are working on the high bears. We're working on the high bears. All right, and let's go ahead and knock those out. It looks like we have about 85 of those to go. 85? Yes, 85. So let's go ahead and take care of those. All right. And additionally, guys, continue to share the live. Let's keep doing all of the good things. And if you voted for Donald Trump and you want to have an actual conversation, by all means, we can do that. But I guarantee you, I'm going to tell you one more time, as soon as you go low, I'm going to take it below the taverns of hell. I am not kidding. I'm taking it below the taverns of hell. That's all I got for you tonight. We can either have a civil conversation or a decent discourse. All right. But if you choose a heated exchange, I am taking it below the taverns. I'm not fucking kidding. I'm so tired of you all. Like, it's specifically white men. Y'all need to learn some decorum. You're not the loudest voice in this room. You don't get the final say so in this room. You don't. Behave yourselves. Now, again, if you want to have a civil conversation or a decent discourse, request up and let's have that. If not, you might want to go somewhere else and make a safer decision for yourself. Go Power Rangers. Oh, I don't think that person loaded. Tap the screen, y'all. All right. Hi, Ultra Good. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I didn't. I just wanted to talk about something that the guest talked about like 3 guests ago. I'm so sorry. But I just wanted to give this to the folks that could take this with them and like disprove, because they say like, oh, trans people are doing this per capita, yada, yada, yada. So here's the thing. As far back as January 1st, 2013, according to the Gun Violence Archive, 5 shooters and mass shootings with at least 4 people injured or killed were trans. 5,743 were cis. That's 0.086 of shootings by trans people. Whereas the population is 0.82. So that's 2.8 million. And then, so per capita, trans people commit pew-pews at a rate of 0.0018%. That's 9 out of every 5 million. Cis people, on the other hand, do so at a rate of 0.0017. That's a lot more. in case you guys can't carry the zeros, that's a lot more.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I just wanted to, because they always say like the per capita, yada, yada, yada,
Yeah.
and they think that we won't fact check it. I just wanted to bring those facts so that you guys could take them with you in your debates. Yeah.
Can you inbox that to me?
Yeah, absolutely I will. Thank you.
Yeah,
Big fan,
thank you.
Erica.
Oh, appreciate you, love. Thank you so much for providing that info. I am like, he wanted to talk about water. Boy, shut up. Anybody got time for that? All right,
I
you're
know
making
that's
a
right.
false equivalency. Like, that was so silly. And it-
54% are white, 98% are male. Let's talk about that.
there we go. I said 9 out of 10.
Thank you,
9 out of
Erica.
10. Of course, love. Thank you so much for being here. You have a great night.
You rock. You as well.
Thanks, babes. All right.
Mhm.
Draw some hearts in the chat for Ultra, y'all. Draw some hearts in the chat for Ultra. All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, go ahead and request up. All right. And again, we can have a decent discourse or a civil conversation. If you choose heated exchange, then you're just going to have to deal with the consequences. All right. There we go. All right. If you voted for Trump, go ahead and get in the box. Oh, thank you for the galaxy. Noob. Noob. My son used to call me a noob, and I didn't know what it was. And then I Googled it, and I was like, that's fucked up. So there's that. All right, guys. Keep tapping the screen, sharing the live. Let's do all of the good things. If you voted for Trump, go ahead and get in the box and let's have a conversation. Let's talk about all of the, I'm going to be honest, the awful things that Donald Trump is doing. All right, we're not going to pretend today, guys. I can't say that he's doing anything good. I can't. I don't have it in me because he's not. He's not doing anything good. Everything that he's doing is kind of, just messing up people's lives. It really, really is. It really is. I was talking to my ex today, and because he's an accountant, he actually works for the federal government, and he isn't furloughed. He's still working, and he is. They're not getting paid though, but they will get back pay. All right. But something that Donald Trump is considering, and he talked about today, is getting rid of back pay for federal furloughed employees, which I think is absolutely unhinged, because those people deserve to be paid as they should. I mean, this law went into place, I believe, because of the last shutdown that occurred in 2018. So they put it into law in 2019 to ensure that they all get their pay. And he wants to take it away. He hasn't taken it away yet, because you can't just repeal. You can't just like say, "Oh no, this law doesn't apply." It doesn't happen. That's why he's looking for a loophole within the law. All right. But to actually repeal it, that'll take an act of Congress. So that's the whole thing. So we'll have to see what happens there. I mean, air traffic controllers are calling out of work left and right. And like, I know that me and the Bubs will be traveling soon. My mom traveled today. Thank God she got there safely. I know some friends who will be traveling. It's a lot. It's a lot, guys. It's just a lot. So yeah, airplanes aren't flying. There are a lot of delays going on. So there's that. We have a lot to deal with. Also, TSA, when they don't get paid, TSA kind of slacks on their jobs. I mean, they kind of slack on their job. So there's that. So everything's a risk these days. Hi, Big Todd. I'm not calling you that. I will call you Todd. Hi, Todd. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
All right. And how old are you?
43.
43. Okay. All right. So, Todd, we have two options. All right. We can talk about why Trump hates America and why you still support him. Or we can talk about how you voted for the right so you won't see the light. Which one would you like to talk about?
Well, I think the narrative you're giving that he hates America is actually opposite of what you're saying. I think he loves America and he's trying to save America from the destructive policies of the left-hand side of the aisle.
Dude, tell us more.
Well, when you have a leftist policy that basically says, hey, we're just a money machine, let's just keep giving money out to every country. And I'm sure you're well aware of all of the programs that they brought up around the world. And yet we have our own homeless here and people that are addicted, and we won't even take care of them, but we'll send like $11 million over for transgender surgeries in some foreign country. Those are leftist policies.
Oh, okay. So I have a
How does that
question for
benefit our
you.
country?
How often do you like watch the news or even read the news?
Here and there. I'm not, I don't, I wouldn't say I'm a news junkie, but I watch enough of it, but I do know with this government shutdown, it's actually a very good thing because
no, we don't have to pivot, my love. We don't have to
I'm not
pivot.
pivoting.
No,
I mean,
no, no.
it's a good thing.
Let's stick to your question, your whole thing, your spiel about sending money everywhere and stuff like that. The reason why I ask you like how often do you read or watch the news is because have you heard of Argentina?
Yes, I have.
Okay, you've heard of Argentina. Did you know that the Trump administration is in the works of finalizing a financial package to Argentina in the tune of $20 billion?
And what was that $20 billion before?
Oh, so it matters what it's for now.
I'm asking, are we doing a trade deal with them?
Okay.
Are we
All right.
buying something?
So what is
Are we
actually
giving money or
it's
are we
a
buying something?
financial? No, we're not buying the damn thing. We're giving them money. It's actually to help them manage their high inflation. All right, because their economy isn't doing so well right now. So we're sending them a $20 billion bailout. So how does that go along with your narrative of leftist policies?
I'm going to look right now. I'm actually going to research right now what you're saying as we're talking.
Okay, go ahead, research it.
Argentina.
All right, go ahead and go on mute while you do it. I'm gonna talk to my friend up here. Liv.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
We didn't do it right. Do it over.
We didn't. Erica.
Liv. Hi.
Hi. We're under contract, guys. We have to do it.
We're definitely under contract. If we don't do it, we get fined. It's a whole thing.
It really is.
These people have been on one. I don't know how long you've been here, Livingston, but I too have been on one. I've been on one. So because I've been on one, guys, I need you all to do something for me. I need you all to keep tapping the screen, sharing the live. All right, let's go ahead and 110,000 likes. You guys are so awesome. Let's go ahead and work towards 200,000. Let's knock out the perfumes. It looks like we have 67 of those to go. Am I doing my math right? We have 77 of those to go. So let's make sure we're doing that. Also, guys, let's see. Continue to share the live. And if you are watching on the tube of the U, by all means, all right, make sure that you are liking the stream. Make sure that you are liking the stream. All right. So let me see here. Ba-dum-bum. Nope, nothing there. And let's see here. Oh, so Black women's labor is free tonight, Liv. It's free tonight.
Know that.
Ooh, you're breaking up some kind of bad, friend.
Don't make me make my edit. Wait till I come to the hood. Wait till I get about this bad area. Y'all got 10 minutes. If I don't hear Erica say thank you, my inner Hector is gonna come out. I'm just in a bad area right now.
I love it here. So much fun when my friends stop by. All right, so Todd, what did you find?
Okay, so it's what you're saying is truth and not truth altogether. So what the U.S. is doing is they're negotiating a $20 billion swap line with Argentina's central bank. So basically what we're doing is we're swapping dollars for pesos. So the question is, why are we swapping dollars for pesos? Because they're actually on the verge of self-imploding because of their interest. And we don't want China to gain leverage over them, because in turn, if China gets leverage over them, they have all the access to the lithium and the oil and key trade routes in South America. So that's why we're actually doing that. But we're not actually giving them any money. We're actually taking their pesos as a form of payment.
What
So
we
it's
do
just a
with the
money
pesos?
swap. Well, it's just a money swap, and it actually prevents our enemies, China, from getting access to oil and lithium.
Peso is 9 to 1.
I understand that, but would you rather take a 9 to 1, or would you rather allow America's adversaries to gain key trade routes and also lithium and oil?
That sounds like soft power.
Don't sound like soft power to me. I mean, everybody's why are, if that's the case of what you're saying, then why are we fighting? Why is everybody arguing over Taiwan?
Define soft power.
Well, you define soft power. You're the one that said it. Go ahead and give me your version of it.
No, that's not how that works.
Well, you made the claim, so lay your stake.
I'm asking you.
Well, we all have different versions of what you would call soft power versus what I would call soft power. So
Okay, that's what I'm asking you. But that's why I'm asking you, how would you define soft power?
Well, soft power, in my opinion, that's not soft policies. That's what you're basically trying to say.
No.
No, you're making an assumption. Like really
That's
bad.
not what
That's
soft
why I
power
asked him. Lay his claim to stake. He said something.
That's not what
so lay
soft
your
power
claim.
is. I don't need
well,
to.
You're making a claim, but you have nothing to back it up. So
Not
back
making
it
a
up.
claim.
Okay, so we're just
He
arguing.
did ask you a question. He asked you, it sounds like soft power, and he asked you, what is it?
Well, basically, what I look at soft power, that's influence, respect. Okay, so he would try to take that as being soft, but we actually need influence in those regions because of what they produce and what they have.
We're taking a poli-sci class.
No, have you?
Yes.
Okay, well, God bless you. What is that supposed to make you smart?
Yes.
Well,
just
because you read a book or took a class don't really mean you're smart.
Well, no, my 2 degrees and my 154.
Well, let me ask you a question. What do you earn every year? And that'll tell me if you're smart or not.
Yeah. So I didn't work for the past 2 years.
Okay,
well,
I'm a
retired professional athlete.
You're a retired professional athlete.
You don't have to repeat everything he says. Chill out, bro. Damn.
I'm just asking. You're a retired professional athlete. So over the course of your career, what did you do in earnings?
A lot.
Put a number to it.
What?
Put a number to it.
$1 million? $1.5 million?
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Cool. Hey. Now,
yes.
now that we're done measuring things, I don't really care about that.
Well, no, but I mean, if you say you're smart, smart people usually have. Well, no, I'm going to just break it down. Smart people have the banking accounts to match what they're saying.
Your bank account doesn't match mine.
My friend, I hate to tell you, I'm self-employed, and I did that in about 3 months worth of business.
Yeah, well,
but we're not going to measure dingalings.
Sure. How many countries do you own property in?
Sir, I don't own countries. I'm just telling you.
I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you if you own countries.
And $1.5 million wouldn't buy you a good house.
Let me ask you a question. Jesus Christ, this is so. You seem to be so triggered right now. I don't either.
Don't care about your PPs. Don't. I want to talk about something. Don't care about your PPs. Yeah. Okay. We're going to talk about something. Okay. Jesus. All right. Here's the thing. All right. And I hope I say his name right. All right. Okay. Is it Malele? Malele? How you say his name, Liv? I want to make sure.
Who?
The Argentinian president. Malay? Malay. It's Malay.
Yeah.
So Malay. Here's the deal. When Malay took office, all right, he started doing something, all right? And guys, this might be triggering. It might be triggering, so just hold on, okay? What he started doing was he started slashing public spending, all right? And shrinking government bureaucracy. Does that sound familiar, anyone? Anyone triggered yet? I hope not. Bear with me, we have more, okay? All right. Also, Malay started talking about balancing the budget. Balancing the budget. Does that sound familiar to anyone else? Said he was going to reduce inflation. That's what he said. Said he's going to reduce inflation. Sounds very familiar. Okay, you guys are following me here. All right. Also, he, all right, has been talking about changing the Argentinian currency from pesos to American dollars. That sound familiar to anybody? Anybody? Now, the Argentine, economy is on the verge of collapse, and they need a bailout. In steps the United States. All right. And the gentleman here, Todd, did make a mention of, China, a big C, He made a mention of big C, said they don't want big C to, get more influence in Argentina. But guys, can anyone, somebody, Liv, you might be able to, I know you can tell me. Liv.
Yes.
What is currently going on between China and Argentina when it comes to a certain crop?
Soybeans. Hard and all.
I actually Liv. I didn't ask you, Todd.
Okay.
Liv. Don't be that person in class. Come on.
After Donald Trump put on all those tariffs, they had a couple of trade agreements in regards to soybean, and I think his beef was in there too.
Yeah.
Would you want to know why
So
we're
so
what our
like
agreement is?
so like but
What
hold
we're
on,
there
but
for?
but hold on, but hold on. The thing is that like without Donald Trump reuniting his trade war with China, all right, China would be purchasing that beef and those soybeans from American farmers. He wouldn't
And what do you think
China
that would
China
do to the
wouldn't have had
price
to
of
have
beef?
gone to Argentina to do it.
What would that do to the price of beef if we have China buying all our beef?
What do you mean what would it do to the price of beef?
What would that do to the price of beef
What would it mean?
currently when there is a shortage of beef in the U.S. because there is a shortage of feed? So, I mean, if we're
We
going to
know
make
why
these
why
statements,
beef prices are higher. There's also disease going around, similar to how the bird flu
correct.
is
So,
impacting the price of eggs. So we know that. So what
but if
is
we
your
sell
point?
more beef and we have China competing for our beef, what would that do to the price of our beef?
Essentially, it will
Raise it
definitely
further.
go up. We know that much. But
Correct.
at the same time, our beef is already going up due to other factors. So your argument doesn't make much sense. It seems like you're trying to cope.
Let's
Are
stick to
you
Argentina.
coping?
Let's not pivot.
No,
Let's
we're
stick to
not at the
Argentina.
pivot. But
You're pivoting.
you mentioned China. All
I
right.
said, well,
And
I
there's a
told you what you
reason,
asked me
but
about
there's a
Argentina.
reason that China and Argentina are working together. Is a
Well,
reason why China is gaining influence in Argentina. And now Trump is trying to do a $20 billion deal, bribe, if you will, to stay in Argentina's good graces because he doesn't want China
have you ever
involved
heard
in
about the
Argentina.
Patagonia?
So
Do you know
there's
what the
that.
Patagonia? Do you know
Hold
what the Patagonia is?
Hold on one moment. Welcome in, Parker Ray. Welcome in, Parker Ray. Hi, guys. Hello. Parker guys. Hey, I'm going to start calling you guys Parker guys. All right. So Parker Raiders. All right. Hi, I'm Erica. Okay. And this is also my friend Liv. Okay. So like if you look by my name, all right, and you see that you're not following me, you should follow me. Like tap that button and follow me. Also, guys, we're working on the perfumes. We want to go ahead and knock those out. So do like all of the good things because that's what we do over here, the good things. Also, we are working on a daily donation goal of 148. All right, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. And guys, be sure to show love to my friend Liv while he's here. All right, we want to do all of the good things. I don't want you embarrassing Parker. I don't, because then I'm just gonna have ask Santana to like text him and say, Parker, your people were whoa. Okay. And we don't want that. We don't want that. Okay. Also, let me see. Are you guys over on the tube too? Because I can rarely see stuff on the tube. It's bad. It's so bad. All right. Let me see here. All right. Yes. And if you're coming in from the Parker Raid over on the YouTube, welcome in. And thank you so much for being here, guys. If you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Make sure to like the stream and just keep doing all of the good things. I appreciate y'all. Right now, we're talking to Todd, and we're talking about how leftist policies, all right, actually cause the Americans to spend more money, our government to spend more money, and because we be giving money to other countries, we don't take care of our own, all right. But then I was like, what about the Argentina deal, the $20 billion, all right, the $20 billion. So right now, Todd, a Trump supporter, is trying to justify the Argentina bill. Go ahead, Liv.
Hey, really quick, can I instead of 1 second, Todd? Hey, instead of like paying it towards me and doing the good things towards me, could they just click the link in my bio and buy some stuff for my young people in my class?
Yes.
Like I would much rather. And it goes straight to the school. Like it just goes straight to the young people. So like, if y'all can click the link in my bio, I got a classroom wish list. Yes, I'm a teacher doing all of these great things. Yes, and so like if you guys would like to support, click that link. It's the classroom wish list. Buy some Takis. I don't know. Buy whatever's up there. Just some snacks. We got some supplies and some things for raffle prizes for young people. We do these amazing raffles every single month, just to encourage our young people. And it'd be great if you guys could support. Also, a really quick economic thing, Erica.
Okay, got you.
Right. And so if we reduce
wait, before you do that, I have to read these. I have to read these off before you do that, because I really want Todd, thank you so much for your patience, by the way. Like, you're fucking awesome. I appreciate you for being patient. Seriously. Shout out to Grandma V. Thank you so much, Grandma V, for the $4.99. You never have to apologize. You give because you want to, not because you have to. So I appreciate you, love. Thank you so much, Grandma V. She's one of my mods over there on the tube, and she's fucking awesome. All right. Also, shout out to the other disgusted veteran. Hi, Sean. Sean sent a $10 super chat and said, beef prices are going up due to meat packing plants employees are getting deported. That is a part of it. Glen Valley Farms in Omaha reports a 70% decline in production. I call it deportflation. Sean, that's another one. Sean, you got another one. God damn it, Sean. Sean, you did it again, Sean. Thank you. Deportflation. I am going to have to use that one. Also, shout out to my girl Gucci for the $5. Gucci said, Black women's labor, absolutely not free. Not free. All right. Thank you so much, Gucci. Also, shout out to Taylor for the $5. Taylor said, girl, no, it's not free. I know, right? Thank you. Thank you, Taylor. I appreciate you. Look at Black women always coming through with the come through. I appreciate y'all. Drop some hearts in the chat, guys. Drop some hearts in the chat. I always round up the 99 cents to whatchamacallit. So if I'm doing my math right, that's 25. And so that means we're at 23. So we're at 123 away from our daily donation goal. Links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. It's the best way to support the live. And if you're on the tube, send a super chat. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Now, with that being said, Todd, thank you so much for your patience again. All right. Okay. Oh, damn it. I'm sorry. Liv wanted to give an economics lesson. Liv, can it wait? Because Todd's been so patient.
Yeah, go ahead, Todd.
Go ahead, Todd. The floor is yours.
So one of the things that had become a major stickler in that region is the Patagonia. And the second thing is called the lithium triangle. That's what we're basically aiming our ends towards, is because it's one of the world's largest shale oil and gas fields, number one. And number two, the lithium triangle, which is Argentina, Chile, and Bolivia, together they hold over 60% of the world's global lithium reserves. So that's one reason why we're basically offering them credit. So we're not basically giving them nothing. We're doing a trade on money. It's basically like, how can I put this? We're almost becoming their creditor. But they're basically, at the end of the day, not going to be getting this stuff for nothing. Meaning we're not just giving them a blank check and saying, okay, here, you take that. And the reality of it is China's already been forging ties well ahead of Biden and Trump altogether, meaning previous administrations. They've already put railroads, dams. I mean, they've put a lot of stuff into their country. So with the key trading routes, the oil fields, the lithium, and the fact that China is basically the United States' biggest threat. I mean, they want to take over Taiwan. If you look at the China Sea, they claim the sea up to almost every neighboring country's shoreline. So they're very aggressive. They're a very powerful country. So I think the United States is trying to find other ways to chop it off and make it hard for them to not to be able to grow. So that's my opinion on that.
It seems like he just doesn't know what he's doing.
Pretty much. Because like the whole thing when you came up here, you was talking about how like leftist policies, all right, give money to other countries and they don't take care of Americans, but we're giving 20 billion, I'm sorry, I forgot it's with a B as in Bravo, B as in billions, $20 billion, all right, to another country. I don't care if you say if it's a trade-off, it's not a fair trade-off because the peso is valued a lot less and it's currently still weakening, all right. As we speak, the value of the peso is going down. So it's not a fair trade. All right. So it's still going to cost the US public money. That's us. It's going to cost us money. Now, with that being said, can you list a policy that Donald Trump has put into place since taking office of January 20th, 2025, that is a benefit to all American people?
Could I also go back to what you said about us not getting nothing for our money? It's actually a 48-month program for Argentina to the International Monetary Fund. And we're only swapping support in order to get access to those things. So we're actually going to get something for our money. And it's basically, it's guaranteed because it's going to be written in hard paper.
You won't answer my question.
Go ahead and answer your question again. So I had to clarify that so you don't make the listeners believe that we're not getting nothing for our money. And it's only for 48 months. So let's move on to the next part.
I'm so sorry. So it's only for 48 months?
Yep, that's what's being negotiated.
So we'll give them what? We're going to give them 20 billion over 48 months?
48
what do you
month
mean?
program. Well, the
We're still giving them $20 billion, sir.
The International Monetary Fund has approved $20 billion for the 48-month program for Argentina. So now, in turn, that 48 months, we will get access to them lithium fields and to those largest shale fields. So we're getting those two things plus for the 48 months.
Where are you getting this from, by the way?
This is all let me get the sources.
Thank you.
So you got Routiners News, Newsweek, IMF, WSW.org, BSSnews.net, Bloomberg.com, CT Post, IntellisWeek. I mean, I go on and on and on.
Oh, so you just looked at the AI overview and then you're doing that. Okay, I got you.
Yep. But basically,
now answer my question.
What's that now? Please rephrase your question.
My question is, since taking office for his second term, what has Donald Trump done to benefit all American people?
Well, the first thing he's done, but to benefit all American people, is by getting rid of all the bureaucracy in this country and by slashing all these unneeded programs and all these things that we're going to be paying our taxes to. That's number one.
How is that so when our deficit is still increasing?
Well, our deficit's going to keep increasing until we get rid of all these programs.
I'm sorry, you just said that he's gotten rid of all the programs.
Not all of them.
So is he getting rid of the programs or is he not getting rid of the programs? I want to understand.
Well, he has gotten rid of some of them. He hasn't gotten rid of all of them. It is a wild claim. So let's do this. Let's lay the stake down here. We'll find out right now with the investment that he's brought into the country and with the programs that he's cut.
When you say investment, we don't want pledges. We don't want pledges. We want people who have actually broken ground.
We actually have hard deals inked.
And ones that aren't actually, aren't.
Well, actually, I live in a community where one of those deals.
One moment, God damn it. Disclaimer time, guys. All right. So here's my thing. All right. I don't like when people overtalk me. I want you to stop doing that, Todd, because you kept doing it to Liv and you don't. Oh, no, you left. Not the skedaddle. Not the skedaddle. No.
Somebody said skedaddle.
No. No. Come back. No. Whatever. Anywho, I guess I don't have to do my disclaimer. Okay, moving on. So, guys, Todd's full of shit. Donald Trump hasn't done anything to help the American people. All right, our deficit is actually higher. It's like what? Like, I'm gonna look it up to give you the exact number. All right, I'm almost 60. You better not expect me to know everything. $1.97 trillion is the current U.S. deficit. All right. That is definitely higher. Definitely higher. All right. Good God. Federal spending has increased year over year by 5% since Donald Trump took office. 5%? Are we serious? Really? That is something. But Donald Trump is supposed to be saving the American people money. Ain't that about a bad word? For the same period in fiscal year 24, all right, it went, good God, Jesus Christ, between $76 to $92 billion higher than the deficit for the same period. That is wild. Whew. Guys, I'm not gaslighting you. I want you all to learn what gaslighting means. I'm not gaslighting you just by saying that I'm 60 years old. All right. I'm lying, but I'm not gaslighting. There's a difference. Just want to let you know. All right. Anywho, guys, keep tapping the screen, sharing the live, keep doing all the good things. Also, shout out to my girl, Lindsay, with the ass. All right. Lindsay sent $15. Lindsay, did you say anything? I have to see. Okay. She said some peaches and a heart. I appreciate you, babes. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Lindsay. Drop some hearts in the chat for Lindsay, y'all. Woo. Trump supporters, go ahead and get in the box. Get in the box so that we can have a civil conversation or a decent discourse. That's what we want to do, a civil conversation or a decent discourse. All right. You're not going to do that thing where you overtalk me. I don't like it. Stop doing it. Okay. Stop doing it. Show some decorum. All right. Stop pissing on my rug when you come in here. Okay. This is nice carpet. All right. This is Sherpa. Stop pissing on. Oh, hey, mom. Fudge. Stop urinating on my carpet when y'all come over here. Okay. I'm going to put you on a leash and keep you outside.
I thought it was alpaca.
No, it's not alpaca. It's Sherpa. It's Sherpa. It's nice and soft. It's really warm and cozy too. Really warm and cozy. Okay, so if you voted for Trump, go ahead and get in the box. Get in the box. All right. Thank you to Lindsay. We now have $108 left in our daily donation goal. Pay links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. Sometimes I forget it. All right. And if you're over on the tube and you want to show support, the best way to do so is via a super chat. All right. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Thank you so much for your love, your kindness, your support, and most definitely your encouragement and engagement. All right. So, Trump supporters, get in the box. All right. Remember, civil conversation, decent discourse, or I'm going to take it below the taverns of hell. So, there's that. All right. Let's do all of the good things, guys. All of the good things. Live.
Erica!
Hey, are you home?
Hi.
Are
I'm
you
literally just pulling into into the driveway.
awesome?
I was
Okay.
here, but then I had to go to the ATM because
Okay.
my money.
He left. He didn't want to not overtalk me, so he left.
Gonna take away my First Amendment right? That's Trump's job.
Exactly. Only Trump can take away my rights. You don't get to do so.
Oppress me harder, Daddy.
Is that oppress me harder, Daddy? Yeah. I should do that sound again. I need to get another soundboard. Hey, shout out to Tia Teresa for sending out the 5 memberships over on the tube. All right, let's see who got one. Celestial Heart, you got one. Virillion, I think it's Virillion. Trump failed, haha. Melissa B and Chance. Oh, Spink got one. Yay. Y'all drop some hearts for Tia Teresa, y'all. That is so friggin' awesome. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Remember, as a member over on the tubes, you get access to our Discord. All right. So make sure you're clicking on that link so you can check out your benefits and come join the Discord. All right. It's pretty chill over there. You know what? I haven't done this one in a while. All right. And if my mom is still here, just got to close your ears, mom. But I'm a dog. I'm a dog. All right. And if you voted for Donald Trump, you are too. Get in the box. Get in the box. I'm pretty sure that this person's not a Trump supporter. All right. So there's that. Let's see here. Ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. Boop bop boop ba-doop ba-doop bop bop boop. I think they're gonna time out. So guys, yeah, Patagonia. How was he saying the word? Was he like Pat Gold? How was he saying it? Because I was like, that's not how you say that word. How do you say it? Is my mom still here? Bitch, I'm a dog. I gotta whisper it. I think my mom is here. Yeah, she is here. Okay. Bitch, I'm a dog. Patagonia? Patgona? That's what he was saying, Patgona. Okay. And I was like, that's not how you say that word. I was like, that's not how you say it. It's not. It's not. It's just not how you say it. Patgona. Yeah, he was like Patgona. I was like, that's not how you do that. All right, Paul, I'll say that if you say that Kamala Harris would be a better president than Donald Trump. I'll say that. I'll say that. But for right now, Pat, you get to learn how to yap from outside of the club. Ain't that something? That's crazy. That's crazy. Not you not being able to exercise your First Amendment rights over here. Thank you for the heartbeat. That's crazy work right there. It's wild. Bitch, I'm a dog. Thank you for the corgi. Thank you. Shauna will be proud of me. I said it right. Okay. All right. Let's go look at some news, guys. Oh, I wanted to play a video for you, but I'm hoping that the iPhone's like synced. So I wanted to play a video. Let's see here. So today, Donald Trump did talk about furlough, not paying furloughed workers. Now, I did consider for like a good second, bitch, I'm a dog. Hey, Whitney. Hi, Whitney. Hi, love. I did consider for, bitch, I'm a dog. Mom, close your ears. Bitch, I'm a dog. Ah, bitch, I'm a dog. Okay. All right. Okay. So thank you for the heart hands. Thank you, Tara. So Donald Trump did meet with the Canadian. We was kings. Why do I start doing sounds for all of these gifts? I need a soundboard for this stuff. He met with the Canadian Prime Minister. He met with Mark Carney, and he was asked by a reporter, all right, what is going to happen with back pay. And this is how our dear leader, oh, wait, I forgot I was listening to the live. Got to get out of it. This is how our dear leader answered. Okay, let's see here. I got to make sure I started from the beginning. All right. Okay. Phone, work with me here. Don't you hate when you're like tapping the screen on like your phone and nothing happens, and then you got to be like aggressive with it, and then it does stuff, and it's like, why do we have to go through all of that? We didn't have to do that. That was just so unnecessary. All right, here we go. Bitch, I'm a dog.
I would say it depends on who we're talking about. I can tell you this, the Democrats have put a lot of people in great risk and jeopardy, but it really depends on who you're talking about. But for the most part, we're going to take care of our people. There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way, okay?
Who doesn't deserve to be taken care of? Who doesn't who doesn't deserve to be taken care of? If they're an employee, if they are an employee, then they deserve to have back pay. That's what they deserve. Now, what it sounds like a threat to employees who are not loyalists, is what it sounds like. It's like they're literally saying the quiet parts out loud, is what they're doing. They're saying the quiet parts out loud. Also, he talked about the Insurrection Act today also. So we want to play that one because he called Democrats insurrectionists. Like, we don't know where he gets that from. And I also want to play one. Someone just said F. Miller. Also want to play one from Stephen Miller, because Stephen Miller is too on that BS. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening. These people aren't well. They aren't well at all. Stephen Miller talked about having absolute power. Yeah, at the executive branch. You know how my mind works, y'all. So just follow me here. Do you all remember during the election cycle when a lot of people on the left, so in the debate talk space, was talking about how Donald to consolidate power at the executive branch? He wants to be a dictator. He even made a joke saying that he would be a dictator, right? And we were all like, hey, guys, he's telling you the truth. All right. He doesn't want Congress to have any type of power. He only wants loyalists in play. All right. He's going to try to strip away power from the courts, and the Supreme Court's going to do his bidding. Like, guys, there's video evidence of this stuff out there. And they told us that we were fear mongering. We are not fear mongering. All right. Do you see what's happening? Like around this nation, do you see what's happening? Like, do you see it? All right. You can't be blind to it. All right. You can't be blind. You're not blind. I know you're not. So there's that. Okay. So, yeah. So with that being said, we're going to see what he said about Democrats being insurrectionists. And then I got to find a Stephen Miller video so that we can see what Stephen Miller said, because Stephen Miller, all right, he glitched in real life, like in 4K, he glitched because he remembered what he said. He just glitched. The shit was absolutely crazy. Gotta watch my language. All right. And if you voted for Donald Trump, go ahead and get in the box. Get in the box. so that we can have either a civil conversation or a decent discourse. Because remember, guys, if you do a heated exchange, bitch, I'm a dog. All right. If you do a heated exchange, I'm going to take it below the taverns of hell, y'all. I'm going to take it below the taverns of hell. I am. I really am. I mean it. I'm not kidding tonight. Hey, Hector. Bitch, I'm a dog. Hector. I don't know if Hector knows that he's here or he's getting his mic to work. Tap the screen, guys. Share the live. Let's keep doing all of the good things. All of the good things. Let's listen to this video. Whitney, that is so pretty. So pretty.
That is so pretty. Thank you, Whitney.
Hey, Hector.
Hey, Erica.
Hey.
Hector.
What's going on, Liv? I got a couple things to say.
Okay.
First things first, content creation is hard. Okay. My sister spent some time making a fantastic video. It's on their profile right now. So what I need you guys to do in the downtime, while there are no Trumpers trumping, I need y'all to go watch that video to the end. Okay. To the end. Give it a comment. Make sure it's at least 7 words. Save it, reshare it, and then come back. And if you don't do it, I'm gonna cuss y'all out. All right, because I'm feeling the pain because I spent the last 9 hours making my video. Yeah, I fell asleep.
Oh, okay. Gosh darn habit. Okay.
So there's that. Secondly, get in the fucking box, Trump supporters. Where y'all at?
Oh, my mom is here.
I
know.
I'm sorry, Mama Erica.
No.
I ain't got no.
My mom and my auntie are watching because they're together. They're visiting. So, and if I do this too much, my mom's going to say something in the comments because she's like, okay, I don't have to be here. That's what she's going to say. I don't have to be here. Promise you. I know that woman. I know her like the back of my hand. I do. But yeah, get in the box. Hector, you missed it. You missed earlier with them people coming up here. When you get a chance, just watch it on YouTube. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Hell.
It was a lot. I was not in the mood. I feel better now. I got a lot off my chest. I feel lighter. It feels good. Feels good.
You got your crash out?
Got my crash out. I was crashing. It was. Ooh. I was like, ooh.
It's all in favor of having Erica put up a sticker that her mom's here whenever her mom's here, just so we know. You know what I mean? We'll walk in the live, we'll see the sticker, and then everyone knows to be on their best behavior. That's all I'm saying.
My mom is here. Okay, there we go. Boom. I put the sticker up. My mom is here.
See, now we're fine.
Yeah. So now you guys know my mom is here. All right, guys. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's keep doing all of the good things. And do like Hector said. If you go to my page, like you tap on my name right there, you can go to my page and you can take a look at my most recent video. All right. It's funny. It is really, really funny. I think it's hilarious because I crack me up. Don't nobody else
know
laugh.
The name of the book you wrote.
Exactly. I can't remember the name, but I said Pete XF. Is he here? Oh my God, I'm so good at doing a Trump impression. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Did you hear how good that was?
That was good. That was solid.
Jaden better watch out.
Damn. Oh shit, not the Jaden competition.
Yep. Bigly, huge, China. What is wrong with me? Okay. All right, guys. I swear, Hector, you know how I am, right? Like, don't let me do too much N-word stuff for too long. I might be calling it a night.
I'm about to say we'll change the sticker.
Exactly. Calling it a night. You never know. Okay, guys, I promised you a video. So, a sound. So here's the sound of Donald Trump talking about Democrats being insurrectionists.
I said, let's see if we can get it all done. Because these Democrats are like insurrectionists because of the tariffs, because of the election, because of the policy, because of the great, big, beautiful deal. It's what I added the word great because it really is. It's the biggest bill ever passed in the history of our country. We don't need another bill. I said, let's get it all at once. I was greatly helped by our speaker, Mike Johnson, and by the Senate. I'll tell you what, John Thune's both of those guys have been incredible. And we got a bill passed that I said, let's see if we can get it all done because these Democrats are like insurrectionists, okay? They're so bad for our country. So their policy is so bad for our country. I said, let's see if we can get it all done in the big, and everybody said it's not doable because it's the biggest bill ever passed in the history of our country. And we got it all done. We don't need anything else. We got everything we want. I said, let's see if we
Yeah, the Democrats are the insurrectionists. Sure. The Democrats, all right? This is coming from the guy. I swear, everything that he does, all right, every accusation is literally an admission. All right, just give it a few days. just give it a few days, guys. All right, he is the one that's committing an insurrection, all right, on the American people. He is committing an insurrection, an act of war, an act of treason, all right, while sitting as the leader of the free world, right? And yes, it is the Epstein shutdown. Donald Trump is literally doing all of this just so we don't release those files. The other night, Hector and I, because of a certain friend, went New York City. Thanks, mommy. We went MAGA hunting. All because of a friend. And the guy tells Hector that Donald Trump's name is not in the Epstein files. Not only did he say that, he also told Hector that, what did he say? He said the FBI did not redact his name. Hector was like, I never said it was the FBI. I only said that it was agents. Because you never specified which agency it was. But it, in fact, was the FBI, though. It was the FBI.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then he kicked me and ran from me like a little.
Like a little female dog. All right. A little female dog. So that's what happened. But they're doing everything to not release those files. He's even going as far as to call in the National Guard from other states to go to major cities to do his bidding. He will stop at nothing to not have those files released. Like Mike Johnson is playing his game, is doing his little evil work on his behalf by refusing to swear in Adelita Garava. All right, she's the new congresswoman from the 7th district out here in Arizona.
When did she win her race?
Man, like near the end of September.
Yeah, it was between a little after the 20th, right?
Yeah.
Find her name again.
Adelita, Adelita, Garava, Grijalva. I have been in Arizona for a long time. Yes, I have. Because I didn't have to look that up. Go me. Anywho, yes, but yeah, so that's what they're doing. All right. And so when the House comes back into session, that's when they're supposed to sign her in, like swear her in, but I doubt it. I have a feeling that they're going to find some reason not to. It's actually odd. What is happening? Why is it happening? Does she mean to do this? All right. Be cool, everybody. Be cool. I didn't ask for this. I don't know what's happening. But Mom, did you do this on purpose?
But I did something wrong.
You're requesting. You're on the live, Mom.
Oh, am I?
Yes, Mommy. You're not talking to me. Like, we're talking, but like you're on the live, Mom.
She made a mistake. I didn't know that. Oh, I'm sorry. This was I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing on TikTok.
Okay. Hey, Mommy, can you do me a favor?
Uh-huh.
Mommy, can you tell the people to tap the screen to 300,000 likes?
Please tap the screen to 300,000 likes.
Yes, and then tell them we only have 8 of the corgis left to go, so let's knock those out.
8 other corgis to go. Let's knock those out.
Yes, and we also only have $108 left in the daily donation goal. So make sure that my daughter can buy Bubba Robux. Let's knock that out.
Okay, Bubba love is Robux, so please knock that out. What Erica just said. Yes. Thank you.
All right, awesome. All right. Mom, say hi to Hector. Also, I'm sure Hector's here.
Hi, Erica's mom.
Hey, Hector.
How you doing?
All right. Also, Liv is here. Liv is like 7 feet tall. He's like super tall.
Hi, Hector. Hi, Liv. How you guys doing?
We here.
Ooh, somebody got a corgi.
I can't say it though. My mom is here.
I can't believe I actually did this. I said I would never do
Gotcha.
this. This was an error. How you stop it?
I'm gonna drop you, mommy.
She'll take you down.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thanks, mommy. Love you.
Love you too.
All right. Love you, auntie. Bye, guys.
Bye.
That was my mom. She really did do that by mistake. I was like, is this on purpose? What are we doing? What are we doing? Shout out to my mom. Drop some hearts in the chat for my mom for giving the best mod announcement. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. That was funny. Oh, that was so funny. She was like, what am I doing? I know she was freaking out. That is so funny. All right. All right. But yes. Did you look up
23rd.
Adelita Guajardo?
23rd, she won the election.
There you go. That is over 10 days ago. Wow. Yeah. So, and he's refusing to swear her in because she'll be the 218th vote. And if she is that 218th vote, she's going to force the release of those files. And they don't want that.
15 days. It's already been 2 weeks.
They definitely don't want that. I think that his name truly is all up and through those documents. And of course, it's going to be some stuff that is very, 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 very concerning. I'm just going to say it.
He's saying that he's using the shutdown now as an excuse.
Yes.
He's like, when everyone comes back to work, we'll do it. Man, you should have done this before everything even shut down.
Yes.
6 days ago now, going on 7, you had 8 full days. You could have done this, playing games.
Yep. And so we have that. So there's that. I do have to read some off. And then we're going to look at Stephen Miller because the Trump supporters are few and far in between. They are afraid. They're afraid. I don't know who this person is. Let me see what happens here. Hector, have your finger ready. I don't know what Liv is doing. Hi, TT TV Clips. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do I
Well,
do I have to did I have to vote for him to like speak to you?
not we'll have some downtime. What's up?
Okay, so I just want to know how long is he able to procrastinate like swearing in the Democrat? How long is that allowed to go on?
They can't really like procrastinated. The reason why he was able to do it this time is because of the looming shutdown and that they were going to be headed to recess. So once they come back from recess, which I can't remember the exact date, House returns, unless Hector or Liv knows, House returns from recess. Let me see.
I'm not sure.
October 14th. So they're going to be back next Tuesday. So we have one more week. And once they are back in session, that's when he will have to sign her in. So I keep saying sign for some reason. Good grief, swear her in. Yeah, and they won't have a choice then.
Okay, I just want to say that I feel like all Republicans who was a part of the cover up and anyone involved needs to be removed, replaced, and brought up on charges. Like I really feel like that because it's like they left the American people hanging, and and who are we supporting? What are we allowing our children to see? Like what are we standing for is what I'm trying to say. So I did follow you, Erica, and that's all I wanted to say. Have a good one.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming up, love. You have a great night.
You too. Bye.
Awesome.
You guys know back in April there was 2 Florida Republicans that got sworn in during a pro forma session.
Yeah. Again, what's good for the goose is not good for the gander when it comes to the Republican Party.
Curious to see what happens on the 13th and the 14th.
Yeah, same
about
here.
These files, since they were
come the 14th, like they're gonna have to swear her in. But my whole thing is, I want to see like how they're going to not do it. Whitney, you're not ready to go back to work. I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to go back to corporate either. I don't want to go back to corporate. No, I like doing this. This is fun. I enjoy this. I don't know what to do with myself half the time, but I enjoy this. I really do.
What's up, Allison?
And like,
getting scared. We're scared and scared.
My stress levels have never been so friggin' low. Even with the world like burning, my cortisol levels are low. Hector, I've lost over 40 friggin' pounds since April 18th. I know, right? Because of stress. I ain't had to go into those offices. that damn office. Right? What are we doing? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But here we are. Oh, Hector, I didn't tell you. All right. Since the darn going Trump supporters are afraid to get in the box. All right. I didn't tell you. I was scrolling like my YouTube channel the other day, and I came across the video where I announced that I was going to Texas with some friends.
Oof.
Thanks, mommy. Yeah,
Oof.
to undo America.
You still have that up?
Yeah, that video is still up.
Man.
That whole live is still up. I ain't taking it down. I ain't taking nothing down. It happened. It happened. It happened. And only thing that I can say is that, like, from the jump, because when I announced it to the point where I had to discuss it, all of those things, all right, my intent, I should say, and my reasoning remain consistent. That's all I got. All right.
1,000%.
So, tis all. So, with that being said, if you voted for Donald Trump, go ahead and request up. Let's have a conversation, because why not? All right. We want to talk to you. We want to, Liv has a video. We want to know why you still support Donald Trump. Why are you okay with like all of the bad stuff that he's doing? And I say bad stuff to keep it super simple. Keep it super simple. All right. I want to know why you're okay with Black Hawk helicopters being friggin' flown into neighborhoods in the wee hours of the darn going night. Okay. Why are you okay with that? Like, is this Call of Duty? Like, I swear, Seth thinks that he's playing a game of Call of Duty. He does.
Happens when you take a TV show host and you give him the biggest budget in the United States.
Exactly.
Heather, yes, today's the last day of the Rapture, so maybe it's coming at midnight. I don't know.
Ooh, maybe. Oh my God, please let it happen. Like all the Trump supporters. All right, like we're gonna look and all of you will be gone. And then guess what? It's gonna be such a happy place again.
I've been saying I'm ready to build Wakanda. The second these white folks out of here,
it'll be like the 90s.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I just had to come show love to y'all right quick, man. I know we hadn't really talked because last time I talked to y'all was on the controversial panel. Yeah, Joey's panel. Yeah. Straight up, this is we were on the panel together.
Okay.
We had the sister. She was just like,
she was want to answer questions.
Oh, that lady made the right side of my brain hurt. I didn't want to talk to her no more. I can't. I can deal with a lie. I can't deal with that. Not at all.
No, but y'all held it down. I had to say, man, I'm really proud of y'all for what y'all did. And I was like, man, you know what? I had to follow y'all, man. See what y'all all about. So
appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me shoot you a follow back. Am I already doing it?
Yeah, I'm a journalist, so it's like I do this stuff all the time. I see these things, and like this is like my escape away from work to really I can just like say, hey, you know what, y'all crazy, you know, like without being canceled, I guess. But you're right, a lot of stuff's going on right now. See, I'm actually from Mike Johnson's. Like originally, I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Oh,
yeah.
So his neck of woods, his district.
Yeah. So right now, I just did a story about a girl from LSU. She obviously is a Trump supporter. And she had some black neighbors, and it's a viral video going around right now. And she was like, and she sees the neighbor's Ring camera, and she just looks into it. I just hate your culture. Your culture is so terrible. Your culture is just so terrible. So when the girl heard this, she opened the door. She said, "Excuse me, miss, can I help you?" And she was like, "What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. Were you just screaming in my Ring camera?" No, we weren't. And so she just cussed the black girl off and was like, "No, go in your house, be quiet." And like, it was the most craziest thing ever. But of course, when the police show up, she cries the white tears. And, she meant Baton Rouge culture, not Louisiana, or not the black girl culture. I meant Louisiana culture. And like, but thank God we have the best investigators of social media, because they found out that she's an LSU cheerleader. And
right?
Yes. And guess where she's from? She's from my hometown. So it was like, you know what? It sparks controversy right now because, of course, she meant the culture of the city, not the people. I'm like,
oh, come on, be so serious.
So yeah, it's a lot going on.
I have to read these off really quick, actually, before I miss them, because I will get so far back. But you can hang out for just a moment, straight up media.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Shout out to Jonna for the $10 over on the tube for love you. I love you more. Thank you so much, Jonna. I appreciate you. All right. Also, shout out to Feisty. Thank you so much, Feisty, for sending out the 5 memberships. All right. Let me see. Tammy got a membership. Stella B got one. B Bree. Dog Lover, Rich Lambkin. Hey, awesome. Guys, drop some hearts in the chat for Feisty and for Jonna. And also, I think I saw something. And Antifa. Oh my gosh, what a lovely name you have there. A lovely name. Shout out to Antifa. All right. Thank you so much also for becoming a member. Remember, guys, as a member on the tube, you get access to the Discord. So don't forget to check out your benefits and click on that link. All right. And join the Discord. All right. Join the Discord. So friggin' awesome. I think because guys, also have some more to read. So let me read these. I'm just gonna read them. Shout out to Alaskan Furry. All right. Alaskan Furry sent 5 and said that the fact they complain about Biden being sleepy, but you have a man acting as president who thinks it's a whole different decade is wild, and not wanting to take care of citizens in his own country. Shame on those in power not stopping him. I know that's right, because Congress could definitely stop all of this, and they are refusing to do so. They won't do it. Also, Whitney said, well, Alaskan Furry, said that also my mom is in the Netherlands and went outside her hotel and there was a huge protest for Palestine. She had to go back inside because they were so loud. Why are we as Americans not out the same way, especially those like me with unpaid vacation time? So Whitney has been furloughed, government employee. She's been furloughed. And like we have people outside. I just think that is dangerous. I think that's what it is. It is dangerous for Americans. I saw a video of I was telling my mom about it today. I saw a video of a young man and a young woman in Portland. They're like this close to the federal agent, right? They're this close to the federal agent. And all the girl was asking, she was like, why did you body check him? She was like, why did you body check him? He wasn't doing anything. Why did you do that? And so like the guy starts speaking into his megaphone, and he has his megaphone pointed down, and he has the thing, like, what is that? I don't know. It's called the microphone part, I guess. He's talking into it. And the agent literally this close together sprayed them right in the face. See, the guy, he had on the mask, and he had covering, and he had a hat and glasses on. So he was kind of protected from it. Her face was bare, and he literally just took it and he sprayed it in her face. And like she had to go to the hospital. Then I saw one where there was a guy dressed as a frog. It was absolutely hilarious. Hector, I think I sent that one to you. Mm-hmm. Okay. It was a guy dressed as a frog. Yeah, the frog suit guy was absolutely, he was dressed as a frog. It was, I don't care, it was hilarious what he was doing because he wasn't doing anything. Like he literally wasn't. He was in an inflatable frog costume and he wasn't doing anything. And the agent goes, and inflatables, you have the piece in the back where you can put the air in. The agent goes and sprays right there. He sprayed right there. He was trying to get the pepper spray into this guy's costume. Yeah, absolutely just cruel. They're not well. These people are not well.
Can't if you spray that close enough, can't that shit cause some like permanent damage?
Yes.
Yeah, lung damage, yeah.
What is happening? Like, what are we doing to people? This doesn't make any sense. We was talking about it yesterday about the reports of how they're going in Chicago that they've been spraying so much pepper spray and releasing so many smoke bombs that kids can't even go outside to play at recess because of the air quality. Because the kids gonna choke. So there's that. So that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. But it's the people that are protesting that are violent.
And if it's anyone, if any one of them gets to acting out of character, friendly reminder, there's not a single thing we can do about it.
Exactly.
We don't even know who the hell they are.
Oh, I got one more. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Hope. Thank you so much, Hope, for the $5. Hope said for Roblox, I know. I didn't know how to spell it at first either, love. She said, Roblox? Roblox? Hi, Erica's mom. I'm sure my mom says hi. Thank you so much, Hope. Drop some hearts in the chat for Whitney and for Hope and for all of our donors here tonight, guys. Y'all are friggin' awesome. And that was, okay. Okay, so we're $83 away from our daily donation goal. Just $83. Links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9 at gmail.com. All right. If you want to support the live, that's the best way to do so. Also, make sure you're taking care of Liv and Hector and straight up. All right. Take care of everybody that's on the panel here. Show them love, guys. Do all the good things. Pretty sure everyone has their links in their bio, and be sure to check out Liv's wish list for his students because he is a teacher. He's a teacher. So make sure we're doing that, guys. And let's see here.
This man lashed out on Fox News because Fox News interviewed Mark Kelly.
Oh, yeah. And Mark Kelly told the truth?
Yeah. He told everyone about their tax credits being at risk.
Mm-hmm.
And he was
They're
like,
going,
get with the program.
Thank you for the corgi. All right. We have 2 more corgis. On the last one, I'll say the thing. But yeah. Hey, Jordan, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Just wanted to show some love.
Hey, girl.
Y'all are doing great stuff. And I wanted to just partially joke about this, but I feel like we're going to get to the point where we're going to be forced to get trans identification cards before the ICE agents identify themselves.
Bruh. Bruh. What are we doing?
I'm going to drop. That's all I want to say.
Thank you.
Jordan was in there behind us the other night.
Oh,
Jordan got up on the panel after that person kicked us.
Oh.
Jordan gave them a piece of their
Fudgesicles. Dig it. I was like, I can't be here no more. I said, this is stupid. Once he started having AI read off like answers, I was like, nope, I'm not doing this with you.
Y'all, I kid you not. This dude, for every single thing, would ask Grok. Grok. You present anything to him, he'd ask Grok about it. And anyone who knows anything about Grok is that it's like kind of conform to you, right? And then how you ask questions and how you lead it on and stuff. Because this man asked,
I'm so sorry. Hold on one moment. My mom is adorable. My mom puts in the chat, hi, everyone. Please remove the sticker. I'm about to say goodbye. I love you, Mom. I love you. You're the best. Thank you, Mom, for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for doing all the good things. She's so cool. Go ahead, Hector.
No, shit, where did I leave off? Oh, yeah.
Grok.
He would be like, he asked Grok 4 different times. 4 different times about how Biden opened up the border.
Yep.
The first time it answered exactly how he wanted it. If you heard Grok, you'd be like, you can't be serious. You can tell he's been practicing with this thing. Grok was like, because of Biden's open border policy, we saw a number of immigrants cross, and he was lackluster on immigration enforcement.
You didn't tell the whole thing. Failed immigration policies is what he said.
Yes, failed immigration policies. And then he asked it again, and then more people pressed him, and he asked it again. And then our last 2 times, one time specifically, it said, no, Joe Biden didn't open up the border. No, Joe Biden passed nothing that made immigration enforcement lax. And it's just like, you do realize that Grok just gave you several different answers with all the times you just asked it, and you've been using this and kicking people.
Yep.
Based off of Grok the entire time.
Yep.
And the sad part about it was, for the most part, it was Erica who brought people in there, then somewhat myself and other individuals who ended up staying afterwards. But when I tell you, there was still 2 or 3 people in the comments going, stupid liberals. And I'm just like, y'all are a waste of air.
Bruh. That was Grok feisty. It was Grok that was doing that feisty. They don't know what to say about that. Like, straight up, have you ever come across that before?
Oh my God, yes, all the time. Like it's an ongoing issue. Like, because I'm from the Shreveport, and I was a news anchor out there in my hometown, and so a lot of the people that know me are mostly like white conservatives, because I used to get the hate mail all the time. So it happened when Obama got in office, and so definitely got the hate mail starting then. But then now it's like people still think I'm still doing, like, I'm still in Louisiana. I'm not, but to this day, I post everything, like interviews and things like that, and like all of a sudden I posted where Trump was like, well, Ghislaine Maxwell, who is that? I hadn't heard that name before. I hadn't heard it in a while. And then so I posted that on my Facebook, which I rarely use because it's mostly for like people from my hometown. And they're saying, well, he doesn't know her that well. He doesn't know her. I'm like, bro, they have a picture together from like
They have
years
multiple
ago.
pictures together.
And the fact that he's saying he hadn't heard that name in a while, and they're saying, well, he hasn't. He's been busy working and trying to save our country. I'm like, from what? Like, he's about to invoke the Insurrection Act, and he didn't do it when he was in office when there was actually an insurrection.
That part.
That part. I was also going to say, so whoever just asked, yes, we were just talking about fake ass Democrat for Trump. I was also going to say with the video that you played, Erica, where Trump said the big beautiful bill was the biggest bill ever passed. It wasn't.
You know,
it wasn't. It wasn't. Not in words and not in the amount. It was not. I'm looking at the Consolidated Appropriations Act for 2021. Hell, the Tax Cuts and Job Act, apparently, which that can't be right. Oh yeah, the CARES Act. But the biggest acts that we've seen passed was the ones in response to the financial crisis in 2008. Seems like we still haven't caught up to that in many of the big bills that we passed.
Did you know that actually Biden was responsible for the immigration crisis?
not today, Liv. Not today.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Go ahead.
Because Biden and Kamala were both Democrats. It's their fault. Because they were Democrats, Republicans stood on top of the mountaintop and said, Democrats are giving away $12,000 Visa MasterCards to immigrants. And they yelled that from the top. Though it wasn't true, everyone heard it and thought Democrats were giving away $12,000. And then a bunch of people started coming into this country. That's what happened. It shouldn't have. Mm-hmm.
No, Liv, you don't know. Liv, it was when Joe Biden got up on the stage and he said, "Come on in."
I thought it was Big B, you're tired, you're sick, or you're weary. Wait, that wasn't him.
That wasn't him.
No, that was Jesus.
Oh man.
My thing is like, sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I was gonna say I remember something during the first administration for Trump where he talked about seeing caravans, like busloads of people coming across the border.
Yeah. Funny
What was
enough,
that?
a caravan could literally just be a bus with two people in it. But from what I remember from his first administration specifically, he alleged that there was this mass amount of caravans coming from Mexico that was going to try and pour into the southern border and get into the U.S. So this man got 5,600 National Guard troops to go down to the border to stand there and look pretty because they couldn't do shit. And then the caravans never came. Nothing ever happened. There was no information whatsoever that was showing that it was supposed to even be in the trajectory of it. It's just that Trump saw vans, allegedly, and he was like, they're probably coming for us. And then they just sat there for days wasting taxpayer dollars, got sent back. But then he went and said, yep, if I didn't do that, they would have invaded. Donald Trump is all about stunts. He's a damn stunt man and a good man. Not a good one at that. Whatever makes him look good to his base.
Yes.
Doesn't matter how true it is or not.
Exactly. The bigger, the better. Like, oh my gosh, so much friggin' information to remember. Did I screenshot it? Because the KKK lady, she said something today.
Caroline Levitt, the most I remember is what you were talking about earlier, where she said
Medicaid. She lied about emergency Medicaid. She said that last year that $9 billion was spent on emergency Medicaid for undocumented immigrants, and that's a lie. It was about I think she fact checked her. It was $3.4 billion, which is less than 1%. No, was it 1%? It was 3%. 3% of what's actually spent on Medicaid last year. 3%. RC Dubs has the video on his page, and I went to go look into it. And yes, but I didn't take my screenshots like I normally do. So, but there's that. So they lie. Like she literally gets in front of the press and she tells lies and they can't fact check her in real time. That's the sucky part about it.
Some of the reporters be knowing their stuff. There's
That's
several clips out there of them checking her ass.
Oh, Caitlin Collins from CNN always gives her.
Oh, that's good to hear. I'll be honest, guys. I try not to watch them. I'm not gonna kid you. I don't like her.
Oh, I haven't watched a single one. I've only ever seen clips. And when people presented stuff to me, there's something about her existence that just don't sit right with my soul.
Her and Bondi, I don't like them at all. Like really, is something about them. Oh, so fish and shrimp. Not sure who you are, but you turned your request off, but you don't get to yap in my comments. So there's that. So you go night night.
I mean, you probably stink like fish, and your pee-pee's probably as small as a shrimp, and that's why you're in the comments instead of in the box like a bitch. Get up here.
Yeah, my mom's not here anymore. So yeah, talk that shit, Hector. Talk that shit.
Get your bitch ass up in here, bro.
Gang, gang.
Gang.
Oh,
Gang.
Oh my God, one of the scariest moments of my life. I said, oh no, I'm too old to die. We have to go.
But what gets me, man, like the thing about Trump, he's always going to tell you what he's going to do, like before it happens. Like I told people I was on Joey's live. I was like, look, bro, like he's playing the fool. Like because right now he has Latino men going crazy to vote for him, and like people are mad right now. And like now he's gonna like wait, and now he's gonna toss around and float around that I want to give everyone $2,000. You know, I'm like, all right, he's gonna do that right before midterms, and that's what he's gonna do. Try to give people more money in their pockets. Because right now we all struggling. So he wants to create a problem. That's his MO. He creates a problem, and he wants to be the hero. Like in Gaza right now, like he creates a problem, but he wants to be the hero. You know, so like and then I was like, how are y'all getting played? Like these are people who are professionals.
Because people are forgetful.
Like these are Harvard graduates and doctors and lawyers, and how are they brainwashed? That's what I don't get. Like, how are y'all brainwashed?
I think I have to watch a few more documentaries and read some additional books. There's this one book that I want to read, and I should check my Amazon cart out so I can tell you the name of it. Did I already order it? Because did I order it? I don't know. Check the cart. Let's see. It is a book. It's called The Crowd. It's The Crowd, The Study of the Popular Mind by Gustave Le Bon. All right. And it's actually a book that Mussolini used, all right, to learn how to do like crowd control, groupthink. All right. And it kind of just goes about how you can get people to agree to do some awful, awful shit. It's pretty much. Yeah.
Might have to send that to me in DM because I would definitely read the book.
Yeah. It's it's a mess. Yeah, crowd psychology. How to get people to fall in line. Right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna add this.
I'm gonna read that book.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to get people to tap the screen, share their lives, send the daily heart news,
Bruh.
knock out the gift goal.
Yes.
Follow all the other social media platforms, subscribe to the tube. I'm gonna figure out how to manipulate all y'all.
Oh, Sean, I'm so sorry. I missed this, Sean. Sean, if you're still here, love, thank you so much for the $5 super chat earlier. Sean sent that super chat and he was asking about the 20 billion that we're going to be giving to Argentina. He said, did that 20 billion come from the 17 billion they stole from the VA? Likely. Maybe they took like maybe 3 billion from the VA. They took maybe 10 million from Medicaid and then like the other 4 million from SNAP benefits. That's probably what they did. But yeah, thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate you guys. And so I actually need to update the goal here. We're actually at $78 away from our daily donation goal. Thank you guys so very much. Links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Let's keep doing all of the good things. All right, all of the good things. All right, Liv and Hector should be over 1,000 coins, guys. I'm just saying they should. And make sure you guys are taking a look at the links in their bio, guys. Messi, thank you so much for being patient. Go ahead.
No, it's him. That's what I was like, who's that?
Yeah. Hi. Is it Messiah or Messi? I can't remember.
Hello.
Hi. Oh my gosh. How old are you?
18.
What year were you born in?
Yeah.
You didn't hesitate.
He had no kind of bass in his voice at all.
None. 18. 18. Was that Bubba?
That would be crazy.
He's trying to put a bass in the hello. Yeah, I'm a man.
Oh, man. Sound like my son when he'd be like, I'm a man, Mom. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Not even close. But there is also something else. We still have to get to Stephen Miller. But guys, when I tell you there's so much that we like have to talk about, I think what I'm gonna have to start doing, like seriously, is like write down the stories in which I want to talk about, because typically I just do it from like here and try to remember it all. But I'm literally gonna have to start writing this stuff down because it's so much that is happening. One thing that is happening is by Sunday, this upcoming Sunday, thank you, Hector, you got some heart hands from Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda.
By what is the day called? By Sunday, the Emergency Air Service, which is a program that is funded by the federal government to help people in rural communities. So in places like, Montana, Alaska, Wyoming, the Dakotas, so on and so forth, those rural areas that don't have easy access to hospitals, like the nearest hospital would probably be like more than 100 miles away. All right. Even grocery stores are, hundreds or 100 miles away. Like it's super far. So they use these small air carriers to get to and from so that they can get the services that they need. Well, by Sunday, funding for that is going to be out. No more. So what's happening is, I know Alaska Air, I believe it is, Alaska Air is going to basically be using like their own funding in a sense to continue for as long as they can to provide the services to people in Alaska. All right. But yeah, that's going to go bye-bye. So a lot of people aren't going to have access to medical care. They're going to have access to, like, if they have to go, like see like not even a doctor, but like if they have to go get a certain service. Let's say you got to go buy a pair of shoes, or you got to go grocery shopping, or even if you have to go to like a city hall, they're not going to have access to that. So this is a lot. That's a lot. Yeah. But here's another thing, guys, that I found out when reading about this today. This has a $500 million budget for fiscal year 2024. When Donald Trump was in office the first go around, he wanted to completely get rid of the program. He wanted to completely get rid of it, which is insane because these are the people that voted for him. Think about that, guys. These are the people that voted for him. He wanted, in his first term, he wanted to eliminate the program in its entirety. This term, what he wanted to do is he wanted to cut the budget for it from $500 million down. He wanted to cut it by $308 million. So if I'm doing my math right, that'll be 200 and then minus 8 million. That'll be $192 million is what he wanted to have the budget for this program to be. So from 500 million to 198. Trump does not love America. I'm not exactly sure why you want to be oppressed so hard, but yeah, like that is strange.
Oh, there absolutely is an America that he loves. No doubt about that. And it ain't been right since after 1964.
The wealthy. Hi, I don't know. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Hello?
Fetus. You a whole fetus. It's past your bedtime, my guy.
Go eat your vegetables and drink some milk.
What do you mean?
You are a baby. How old are you?
I'm 19. I was born in 2006.
You were born in 2006 and you're 19 years old?
Yes.
I want you to do the math on that, love. Because I'm about to do the math on it too. What month?
June.
That's correct.
Name all the backyardigans.
The what?
The backyardigans.
Solid question.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know the backyardigans?
Backyardigans?
You don't know the backyardigans. Are you telling me that you're 19 years old, so you were born in 2006, and you don't know the backyardigans?
No. But I listen to Eminem.
Get the fuck out.
My child. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. Everybody knows Uniqua and Tyrone. What? Everyone knows Uniqua and Tyrone. Be
All I
for
know
real.
is Uniqua. That's all I know. is
And
Uniqua.
Tyrone. I know that. I don't know the other ones. That's two kids in a trench coat is wild. Oh my gosh. Pablo. Yes, Pablo. Thank you. Pablo was in Austin. Okay. I knew the other ones had like those names because there was Uniqua and Tyrone. I remember that. That's all I remember. I ain't got nothing else. Was Tyrone a backyard again? I feel like Tyrone was a backyard again.
Wasn't it like Ling Ling or something like that?
I think so. Hold on one moment. No, it was Beyonce. It wasn't Uniqua. It was Beyonce. See, I got it wrong. It was Beyonce. No, it was Uniqua. Okay, I'm not going crazy.
Uniqua, Ling Ling.
Let me see. So we had Austin, Uniqua. There was a Tyrone. I knew it. Tasha, Pablo, Austin. Are there any other names?
Oh, damn.
No, that's it. That's it.
Oh, I got the wrong kids show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Wonder Pet. My bad. Sorry.
I could have sworn her name was Beyonce. I don't know. I don't know. I was like, that's crazy. They named that thing Beyonce. That's wild. Yeah. Tyrone and Uniqua. Okay. Good times, guys. Good times. Good times. All right. If you voted for Trump, get in the box. All right. Get in the box. Let's have a conversation. All right.
So
My show was
Joe
Joe Gabba.
You got me on the tube side, looking like a regular person. They don't even know who I am. I got a wrench in nothing.
This is nanotape. Cut exactly what you need.
Does she know she's here?
It's super sturdy. But
Hey,
if you need
KG.
to move it,
I think I know.
Hey,
She's not a Trump
Erica.
supporter.
I'm sorry I did not request up.
Oh, no worries, love. No worries. That was a mistake. So it's okay. Thank you for being here, though.
Keep doing the thing you're doing, girl. You're doing it.
I appreciate you, love. Thank you so much. You have a great
Alrighty,
night.
hon.
Amen.
You too.
Awesome. Draw
I
some
gotta
hearts in the
step
chat for KG, y'all.
Who's playing
Uh,
Queens of Jacob?
She is.
I got something. Wait, before I go, I got to tell you the story right quick. So,
Sure.
I still have my own podcast now, and I still do my own thing, interviewing like individually still.
Uh-huh.
And so this guy, assemblyman, California, they used to work with Mike Gatto, reached out to me. And I'm like, this has to be like a catfish. Like, you looking at my stuff, my media, okay. And so he reached out to me. He was like, yeah, this is real. So came on the podcast. He killed it. He talked about the Democrats. He used to work for Gavin Newsom, and it was Mike Gatto, and we interviewed him. I brought Joey on because I was talking about immigration too, and Joey's a DACA recipient, so I wanted him to pick his brain about what the government plans on doing with DACA recipients. So, he's always on Newsmax. And he came on my podcast. He did it, killed it. He held it down, right? And so, not even a week later, I get a email from the freaking White House, and I'm like, bro, they catfishing me, bro. Gotta be. So this is crazy. And I showed Joey a text message because people wouldn't believe me it's real, right? And so all of a sudden, apparently in the right wing of the White House, Trump has his own basically church, basically. And he has an office of pastors, basically. And so
He's
what
not
it
a
was,
Christian.
I know, right? And so, but what it was is a representative from the White House reached out to me because they wanted one of the Trump's preachers. They're called the pastors for Trump, and they work in the White House, and they wanted to come on my podcast, interview me, right?
Uh-huh.
So I said, okay, let's set it up. Boom, let's do it. I said, well, just realize that my podcast is called Straight Up because we want you to be real, no fakeness and nothing like that. So we set it up, got everything organized, and then boom. 54 minutes later, that's when CK got popped.
Oh.
And I was like, man. And so me, I've never interviewed anybody from the White House. So even though it's the Republican, it's still a big honor to get, have your work looked at by the White House. And so
I get it.
But then so that Friday, they emailed me saying, hey, we know things kind of crazy with Charlie Kirk. And that, we didn't do this interview more than ever because the world has to step up. The world needs God again. And they wanted to name the episode MAGA, Make America Godly Again. And me, I'm over here conflicted, man, y'all popping Charlie Kirk. I'm the most raw. I don't care. I'll speak to you true. So I was kind of scared, ain't gonna lie. But then like they said, well, we need to know more now because this country is sick of political like violence. And I'm like, y'all don't even know who the shooter, the popper is, right? And I'm like, so how y'all already like spending this already? So then a week later, after everything happened and people were protesting, great stuff happening at HBCUs, I get another email saying that, hey, due to like the current climate, that we want to cancel the episode. So yeah, so that's what I want to share with y'all. It's been like, but yeah, they want to reach out and they want to name the episode "Make America Godly Again," and he has a whole section in the White House dedicated to him and his Christianity.
He ain't a Christian, but that's that Christian nationalism for you. That's
Yep.
why I say if you voted for the right, you won't see the light. Trump supporters are going to hell. Trump's going there too, so you all will be reunited. Okay, you'll be together.
What's that
You'll be
saying?
together.
Ain't no love like Christian hate or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to thank y'all for, man. Y'all keep doing your thing. I'm really proud of y'all, man. Y'all stay beautiful, stay black.
All right, awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna
Ain't
have
got
to
a
check out
choice.
your podcast, but thank you. I
For
know
sure.
that's right because my mama always said all I gotta do is stay black and die. So hey, that's it.
Man, I would love to have y'all on. Come on, talk on. I'd love to have y'all on, right? Because
Oh, Hector, you want to go on a podcast?
and we're syndicated too, so we're on TV. We're on TV in Louisiana, and we're on radio.
Hector, let's go on a podcast.
What's the name of your podcast?
He
It's
just
straight up
told you
show
straight
pod,
up.
STR number 8 upshowpodcast.com. That's STR number 8 upshowpodcast.com.
Up show?
Yeah, straight up showpodcast.com.
Plug yourself. Say it louder so the people in the chat can hear you.
If you want to follow our podcast, go to our website at straightupshowpodcast.com. That's STR number 8 upshowpodcast.com. You see me there. All our podcasts were syndicated. If you're in Louisiana, you can watch us on Southern 8 Channel 12 every Wednesday at 6 p.m. If you're in Tampa, Florida, you can hear us on WBLB Radio every Sunday at 5 p.m. So yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. Make sure you're following Straight Up Media Guy and go check out his podcast because I definitely am. All right.
But no,
Awesome.
definitely love to have y'all on there. Love to interview y'all. Talk to you because I love
We're
speaking
not
to our
bringing
people.
Santana.
But I'll be in touch, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Hey, you
love.
too,
Thank
man.
you so
Thank you,
much.
brother.
Have a great night.
Thank you, sis.
Awesome. Draw some hearts in the chat for Straight Up, y'all. Draw some hearts in the chat. And if you voted for Trump, get in the box. Voted for Trump, get in the box. All right. Doop 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 doop. Unplugged. Did you vote for Trump?
God.
I smell feet.
It left. It left.
How is my
Left.
two things, Erica? First of all, can I get off the 888? That's just that. Can we not?
I like angel numbers though. That's a good number. You want to know what 888 means?
Unplugged is a Trump supporter.
Oh, he said no in the comments.
He's been on Dan Sherrill panel. What does that mean?
It's a lucky number and it's an angel number in numerology, of course, a lucky number in Chinese culture. All right. And it's also a legitimate toll-free telephone prefix in North America. But with that being said, all right, it means abundance and prosperity. It is strongly associated with impending wealth, good fortune, and financial success. Whoop, whoop. It suggests that your hard work and positive intentions will soon be rewarded. All right. Whoever changed it, we're going to fight. Just want to let you know that. I want to let you know. Okay. But yes, it's a good number.
That's good. And so hopefully this means I'll get a smart board for one of my classrooms.
That'd be super
Looking
cool.
bio, I'd pass out. I'd be like,
Ooh.
You about to choke out.
don't worry about what I'm doing over here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Erica, my whip is in Waco.
Yo, what? Oh, you got it?
It should be ready within the next 2 to 3 days.
Yay! So freaking awesome. I'm happy that you got it. That is fantastic.
The ride ain't over yet, but it's a start.
It's a start. Shit, it's a start. Got to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Happy that you got it.
You bought a whip?
Yeah, you had to get a car.
Oh, a car. I thought you was out here with like for the surgery.
It took me a moment too.
Sir.
Context.
Sir.
Context.
Sir.
Context. Yes.
Sir.
I thought your whip is in Waco. It took me a moment. I had to think. I was like, oh yeah, awesome. Hey guys, the stalker is here. Look, the stalker's here. I'm glad my mom isn't here because my mom would cuss him out. She'd lose her religion. You're not gonna talk about her Bubba. No, that's right. Talk about her Bubba. Take care of that real quick. Hector, have you seen this? Let me see if I can play it and play it right. Let me see. Okay.
What kind of sunscreen you use, Erica?
People feel like they've lost their minds. When in fact, these motherfuckers are crazy.
Did you hear her?
About fucking time. About fucking time she says it. That's going on my soundboard right now.
Me first. These motherfuckers are crazy. I was like, she said it. She finally said it. Like, she really, really said it. And I'm so happy that she finally said it because it needed to be said. Because they are crazy. They're not okay. They're not okay. Also, I think that I favorited him glitching out. So let me see. Turn the volume down. Or did I post it? Liv, did you just send it? What's that?
These motherfuckers are crazy.
These motherfuckers is crazy.
That's what I thought about when Hector said he got a whip.
Oh my gosh, that's traumatizing. I wasn't raised that way. I don't be relating, y'all. I don't be relating. It's so bad.
He beat breaks off that white man.
I don't be relating. So bad.
I'm still mad about Saturday.
Saturday?
I was supposed to be in Houston. She was here. I was supposed to be there.
Yeah, you were.
I was so mad. I was depressed. I was like, fuck.
But
y'all, I was gonna go in full, all my compliment never gear, my hat, my shirt. My shorts didn't get here in time, but I got the compliment never shorts coming. And everything. And I was gonna go with my book. I had full intentions of being seen. I had full intentions of getting a hug, getting a photo, probably crying, and getting her to sign my book and sign my hat. In fact, I was gonna give her a hat. I got 2 extra hats. I was gonna give her one of my hats, bro. I had a whole plan, and then life was life, and it's crazy.
Everything for a reason. I think you'll still get the opportunity to meet Kamala Harris, though.
Oh, I'm gonna meet her before I die, one way or another.
Mm-hmm. You will definitely get that.
Whether
Not
she'll
even
embrace
the
me or have
opportunity.
security drag me away, it's gonna happen.
I'm not gonna say the opportunity because opportunity is nothing but the chance. All right, you will meet Kamala Harris. You will. As a matter of fact, once I get my life together, Hector, we'll do the thing. But I don't want to talk about it because then I'll be beholden to it, and we don't want to go there because we don't want to go there. Okay, Hector? All right, forgive me. I'm an air sign. It's a lot of work.
Tisk.
Shame.
Bill Maher rips Kamala Harris's 107 Days book suggests different title. Considering that this is a Fox News thing, I'm not sure how real it is, but there's a picture up where they changed the title to Everyone Sucks But Me. I would agree with this fucking title 6,000%.
All right, so I'm gonna play the Stephen Miller glitch. We're gonna play the Stephen Miller glitch and see what happened. All right, let me see here. Can I make me do this?
Stephen Miller glitch?
You never seen it? You didn't see it? All right, I'm trying to get closer to the screen. You guys can see like inside my nose and all that stuff. But I want you to see it. Okay, hold on. Let me turn it up.
You've called the district judge's ruling blocking the deployment of National Guard in Oregon legal insurrection. Does the administration still plan to abide by that ruling?
Well, the administration filed an appeal this morning with the Ninth Circuit. I would note the administration won an identical case in the Ninth Circuit just a few months ago with respect to the federalizing of the California National Guard. Under Title 10 of the U.S. Code, the president has plenary authority.
What? He got the what?
Hey, Stephen, can you hear me? It seemed, Stephen, I apologize. It seems like we're having a technical issue. We'll try to fix that and get back to you after a quick break. Stay.
Let's pronounce that word, guys. Let me back up out of here. Good God.
So can we start the conspiracy theories that Stephen Miller is a clone?
Sure, why not? Why not? Give me one moment. All right, there we go. Why not? We can. I'm cool with it. Okay,
Y'all, Stephen Miller's a clone. He was created by Project 2025 to destroy the country, with one of the original authorizers that somehow managed to escape a blast back in 1940s Germany and put himself in a like cryogenic chamber and stay there for the past 80 something years to come back out and use the last of his brain to recreate himself in Stephen Miller's clone.
Where'd Jonah
And
go?
Stephen Miller is gonna he's gonna kill us all. I don't know what else to tell you. Right?
Tell Jonah to come back. If someone sees Jonah, tell Jonah to come back. I press accept and he go bye-bye. Tell Jonah to come back. Okay,
Jonah, get
so
your balls out of Donald Trump's purse and get up in the box. There
bruh.
you go.
Yes. So plenary authority. Plenary authority. All right. It's a weird word. All right. I ain't gonna kid you. I haven't heard of it until today. All right. But here's what it is. All right. It is power that is full, complete, and unrestricted in scope, especially in a legal or governmental context. Think about it. Think about it. Remember consolidating power at the executive branch? You get to do whatever you want to do. He
Wait.
becomes an authoritarian.
You meant friend Jonah? I thought you meant like an op Jonah.
Oh no, Jonah. Friend
Hi,
Jonah.
friend Jonah. You
how
had
you
me
talk to
talking to
people.
Jonah crazy.
That's how you
I
talk to
would never
people.
talk to Jonah like that.
But that's how you talk to people. So I was like, I guess
To
that's normal. I
ops.
don't
That's
know.
how I talk to
So I was like,
ops.
why does Jonah have his balls in Trump? It's very
Damn.
confusing, but you know what? That's
I'm
how
so
Hector
sorry,
talks.
Jonah.
I didn't know what was happening. I did not
That's
know
so
what was happening.
disrespectful.
That's how you talk.
That is not how I talk to everybody. See,
I'll be right back.
this is that slander.
Okay, Jonah. All right. Shout out to Sean on the tube. Sean sent $5 and said, years ago I saw a I can't talk. Years ago I saw a documentary called Jesus Camp. I rewatched it many times. They prayed for a cardboard cutout. I think I remember that. They prayed to a cardboard cutout of Bush. We are dealing with those kids now. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. That makes sense. They do see Trump as their God, though. Like, it's so weird. Like, I think it was my mom. So I was talking to my mom today because we're going to go back to plenary authority in just a second because it's kind of, we just read the definition. We're all smart here. Since no Trump supporters are requesting up, I am literally going to conclude that the majority of you in the chat of the 437 people voted for Kamala Harris, and you have the capabilities, the brain processing power, all right, to understand what this plenary authority actually means. All right. But we will get back to it. But I was talking to my mom, and the thing about it is that white men have never been oppressed. They've never been oppressed, Hector. Think about it. They think that they are, just like they thought Obama was a fascist for wanting to, do health insurance, for wanting to do a bailout to save the economy. All right. Now they have real oppression staring them in their face, like real life oppression. This shit is going to be in their house, right? And they can't recognize it because they've been crying wolf so long, for so many decades. They've been crying wolf. That now that is really, really here, they don't recognize it. We recognize it. Like, the queer community recognizes it. Women recognize it. So for white women, because I wonder about y'all sometimes. I really need y'all to get it together.
Every
all right.
day.
You're not safe. All right. You're not safe. All right. Trust me. Your husbands, your boyfriends, they're going to choose themselves. Just want to let you know that. So there's that. All right. So I implore you that if you are not aware, that you get aware. So there's that. Okay. Anywho, black people definitely know what oppression looks like, especially in the United States of America. Okay. We know. We've been trying to tell y'all. All right. But y'all not listening.
You can get $100 tickets in the front row, mid to the stage, DC. She's gonna be here on the 9th. You can still get tickets.
The 9th of October?
Mm-hmm.
In DC?
Mm-hmm.
You trying to go?
I'm not gonna be able to make it.
I wouldn't be able to go unless I got a sponsor. Anybody want to sponsor that? Anybody want to sponsor me? Go to DC to see Kamala, and I'll take a picture with my red Kamala hat on.
Outside of that, she won't be available unless she opens up more tours until November the 20th in Miami.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No part of me ever wants to go to Miami.
I'm not
At
happy
all.
about it. I'm not happy about it at all.
How can we get you?
Last time I was in Miami. My God.
Who? Nobody wants to sponsor a trip for me to go to DC. It'll be like an overday trip. Oh, thank you, Sick of Society. I tell you every time I see your name, I like your name, Sick of Society, because I am too. Thank you so much. My mom's not here, so I can say it. Bitch, I'm a dog. There we go. There we go. Thank you guys so much for knocking it out. I appreciate y'all. Yeah. So there's that. There's that. So Stephen Miller, back to him. All right, back to him. Yeah, he glitched on national TV when he said the phrase plenary authority. All right, again, it means total, complete, full control. All right, and in this sense, it is total and complete, unrestricted control of the federal government. All right, and that is what we've been telling folks all along that Donald Trump wanted. Right. Which I don't understand. Donald Trump is almost 80 years old. Like, how long do they think he actually has left?
I give it about 5 years, 5-6 years.
Same. Tops.
You know, every damn meeting he can't stop covering his arm
And
up.
he does this every
He
single
don't
time.
take it off.
Also, I was looking at I was watching a video of him. And do you see the redness all up in here on his face and how his skin is bobbles? Like his skin is very, very textured up in the nose and on the cheek area. He's not well. And that's not rosacea. I mean, it's not well. Hey, Jonah.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, love?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. What you been up to? How's school?
School is good. I was in DC a few weeks ago. I got to meet some of my alumni are pretty high up in the government in DC. So we went down there for some networking. What was very interesting is because a lot of them, some of them were Doged at that time, and I would say a lot of them are definitely laid off currently.
Say Doge?
And like the general consensus that I got while I was down in DC was that basically the government's being treated like Twitter and like Elon Musk did, and they're just going to dismantle everything.
Yes.
Is the way they feel, and that they're going to have people coming back. But that was prior to the government shutdown, and so I went like 2 weeks ago. They thought that since the October 1st freezing higher.
Hold on, my love. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Hi,
you're good.
TK Civics. I've never met you before. Hi. How
I've
are
never
ya?
seen your live before. Thanks for having me in.
Yeah. I got concerned when you turned your camera on. We had some weird stuff happen over here before. All right, great. If you don't mind me asking, sir, did you vote for Donald Trump?
I did not.
Okay, you do have civics in your name, so good. It's not an oxymoron. Cool. Okay, all right, awesome. All right, so I'll get with you in just a moment.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, Jonah, go ahead.
I'll speed this up. So basically, they're just like everyone's getting laid off. They had thought that after the October 1st hiring freeze that they would start back hiring people because they said there will be ramifications for this. But obviously, we have the government shut down now, so that's not going to happen. But overall, they did say that they do. Well, one, they said DC's bad. They said things look very bad. But they do believe that the government will have no choice but to start rehiring people because there will be ramifications for this. And it's more of a like down the road. They're not going to admit that dismantling the whole federal government is bad. They're going to slowly start bringing people back in.
Talks amongst yourselves. Hector, can you introduce TK for me, please? Bubba's made an appearance.
TK, do you vote for Donald Trump?
Where you you
I
not
did
paying
not.
attention? He said he didn't.
No.
You
I
said
am a
producer.
fierce independent. And it's funny, I was just on a live not too long ago doing my own live. And for the first time, I was talking about the e-files, and my account got restricted for a week.
Yeah, they're very, very tight about that one.
You know, I've done it in the past. I didn't say anything unusual, but apparently I did have something that said maybe an inappropriate word in the caption. So anyway, it was interesting. They took me down for 7 days. So then I came across and saw you're alive here. And I said, oh, you know what? It's politics. I'm civics. So I'm interested.
You said fierce independent. Elaborate on that.
Like, just like, you know, I see a lot of people just like, I'm sorry, what your first name here is for your channel? Like, I have a message covering Erica. I see a lot of people on TikTok. We're just normally gaslighting each other. So meaning, and this is not, I'm not bashing you at all. I understand why you have a position and you take your position and you defend it, and you should. But what I see happening in my channels is that we're all gaslighting each other about these issues, whether it's blue versus red, left versus right, MAGA versus liberal. In the end of the day, it's important to talk about problems, but it's not solving anything. And my channel is about just making sure we're talking about solutions, because the real enemy here is the haves versus the have-nots, the people in power versus the powerless, right? And the corruption that happens. And I'm always a proponent of making sure that we're fighting the right fight and actually talking about solutions. So that's a little synopsis for me.
Well, I think before we get to solutions, some people have to be aware of said problems. And that's where lives like this have their place.
Of course.
But absolutely. I think it's very good that we talk specifically about solutions.
You know, one thing that I always point out is that most people don't realize that in general election, there's 150 million people that vote. There's 45 million of those people are registered Democrats, roughly, and around 40 million that are registered Republicans. That's 75 million. That means there's 75 million people who are not registered with either party and are considered themselves relatively independents. They may lean one way or the other.
Yep.
And those independents like me, and many rational, and there are rational people on the right and rational people on the left, we don't have any representation. There's no independence, right?
You got
no
Bernie.
Yeah, well, Bernie's a Democrat. He's an independent thinker.
Well, he caucuses with the Democrats, but to my knowledge, he still very much
Independent.
votes independent.
As in Vermont independent, yeah, I believe that you might be right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
but relatively speaking.
I wanted to say something in regards to what you said. Hector kind of hit on it, but I just wanted to expand on it because you mentioned it's more so about the have and the have-nots. I mean, I can say in I guess the softest way possible that you do have a privilege in being able to say that. But like for people that look like me, that look like Hector and Jonah, and of course Liv, all right, it's more than just about the haves and the have-nots. It's also like a thing that like, hey, we've been, oppressed and subjugated under the system of white supremacy for hundreds of years now, for centuries. So there's like a lot that has to be unpacked. Like we would have to literally take this step by step and have an entire demographic of people understand and take accountability
High facts.
for what has happened. Hey, Steve. So we would have to have that. And that's just like the short, simple version of it. And then also another thing is that we really, really would need to have white people understand that white supremacy has never served them. It's never served you at all. And I'm pretty sure, civics, that you get that. You get it. I'm pretty sure you have. Because you mentioned class, you mentioned the have and the have-nots, because white supremacy has white people basically perpetuating racism onto Black and brown people while you all are trapped in a class war. Right?
Well, don't you think I believe that's by design.
It is
not
by
just
design,
not just
most
not just
definitely.
white versus Black, but left versus right, whatever issue, abortion versus non-abortion, whatever issue you take, this is all by design.
Yep.
Because the people in power want to keep us divided, because the more divided we are, the more distracted we are and the less we focus on the real evils, right? It's black or white. People can be evil, right? It's not about the pigment of our skins. It just happens to be that the real evil is the ones controlled by mostly the generation of white billionaires and white corporations, white-led corporations. And those people have other plans in mind. They don't care about democracy. They care about control. They care about enriching themselves. And these are the things. And then you have the special interests as well. So when you talk about special interests, it's not just, it's a very broad topic, but you have white nationalists that the really deep evil, because we're built on a country of secular constitution that's not religious, but they want to take us in a religious manner. Then there are also the corporate monarchs, those Elon Musks and the Peter Thiels and others that are looking to take over our democracy in terms of a complete corporatocracy, which we are essentially already are. And then there are, of course, foreign agents, right? When I won't mention any things, I don't want to get you in trouble, but there are all kinds of foreign forces already. And they're all positioning themselves to try and have as much control and power as possible. And all of the discussion we have, whether it's regarding sexism, sexes or races, or anything else, or even the cultural wars, right? It's all meant to divide and distract, because if people ever united together, enough independents united together, that would be the real fear for them, because then they would lose control.
I don't even think it's about, but I think two things can be true at one time. So I'm not saying that I disagree with you, because I don't. I do agree. Again, it's race and the class thing are intertwined, so there's an intersectionality there with the two. I just think that we would first have to deal with the original sin first before we can start talking about coming together, and then we can deal with, you know, the classism and having people deconstruct that. Well, in under the current system in which we have the United States of America, you may be right. You may be onto something. You're right.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think the more I can absolutely, as much as I possibly can as a white man, try and relate to it, but I can never relate to it. I view it as like, you guys, people of color and other nationalities or whatever. I mean, whatever discrimination you want to talk about it, they always think you've been repressed, and you have been. I view it as like, I started on home plate, and a lot of people say, yeah, I started on first base or second base. No, I actually started, I didn't grow up from wealth. I started on home plate. All the other races and any minorities have started in the dugout, or not even in the stadium. You're like, you're not even getting a chance. People who grow up in urban areas that are depressed areas, you have no chance to really get out fairly, right? Unless, certain circumstances, incredible parenting, and just all kinds of good fortune, right? But, the zip code affects whether you have an opportunity to succeed.
Erica, to add on to what I was saying and what you were saying earlier, I also want to emphasize that these spaces, which many people label as debate spaces because it's all they think there is. I know Erica for a fact, and myself for sure, get on this app almost on a daily basis with the intention of having conversations with people who have zero intentions of having a conversation back. So there's that. Secondly, who did you say you voted for? Did you not mention that?
I didn't mention it.
Oh, okay.
I voted for Kamala.
Got you. So when you mentioned white supremacy and all that good stuff, I guess ultimately where I was going to get at, and the purpose of many of these conversations, what we're doing over here is, Jaden, bringing that to light, making that noticeable for a lot of people, because you'd still be surprised to see the sheer amount of people who do not understand what this administration is, what this administration is trying to do, the secrets behind the veil. So, especially with now how we just saw the other day on Truth Social, Trump is now openly going, hey, Project 2025. So it's just, it's I think we have an uphill battle ahead of us. While ultimately it is about class and all those other things, I think our immediate issue is clearly Trump. Our immediate issue is clearly white supremacy and
Can I jump in? Trump is just a vehicle for the nationalists, for the white nationalists, and for the corporate monarchs. He's not intelligent enough. He doesn't know. He's a transactional guy. He's just completely a tool or a stooge for, you mentioned Stephen Miller earlier, for, he's the N-word, right? But it's the different N-word, right? He is that group of nationalists that are trying to turn us into a religious fascism. That's where they're going with it, right? And Trump is just a vehicle. And I've had people tell me that from the Christian nationals, right? Exactly that. Like, because he's just not smart enough. He just doesn't, he's manipulated by all the Peter Thiels
Yeah.
on the corporate monarchs, and he's manipulated by the white nationalists.
Yeah,
And
he's been a useful idiot for quite a
he's
long
totally
time.
Very much.
for everybody, right? For Russia and everybody else. I mean, he's destroying everything with our trade and our foreign policy. But he's just a useful idiot, like you said.
Yes. Yep.
And
He is.
it's what's happening behind the curtain is much more dangerous. And
What do you
JD
teach
Vance,
people in your lives?
It's a good question. Let me do this first. I do want to welcome you. I don't want to get it too far away because Jaden is here.
Yeah.
Hey, Jaden, thank you so much for sending in the raid, love. I appreciate you. Hi, Jaden Raiders. If you aren't doing all the good things yet, let's go ahead and do them. If you're not following me, look by my name and make sure that you're clicking that follow button. All right, let's do that. Also, I don't know. Let's do the sleepy worms because it's about that time. All right, let's do the sleepy caterpillars. All right, and make sure that you're following Liv, Hector, and Jonah. Also, we are joined by another creator here tonight. This is his first time here. Right, TK Civics. He's an independent, and we are talking about. I don't really know what we're talking about because I have a thought in my head. I have a thought, but Hector wanted to say something. Okay, go ahead, Hector.
I don't know. I was just asking him because I see civics in his name and stuff. So I was asking what exactly he teaches in his lives.
yeah, I'm more of an advocate for civics. Like, I don't pretend to be a civics expert. I do study a lot of civics. I study a lot of geopolitics. But to be clear, I'm an advocate for civics because civics is the road to changing politics. And that's what's important for people to come together to realize that, what I mentioned earlier, we're being distracted. And if I don't believe in, I think it's much too late for some of these small solutions, whether it's protesting or anything else, or even if you agree that you should vote blue next, and that's going to be better for a lot of people. I understand when you have that point of view. The problem there is that you still have 75 million Americans that are being manipulated, and the pendulum will just keep swinging back and forth while the people in power continue to erode the Constitution and the rule of law until it's all gone, right?
You
And then
mentioned
that's the problem.
You kind of alluded to something earlier. You mentioned that both sides are being gaslighted, like in these spaces that both sides are being gaslighted. What did you mean by that? Like elaborate on that
Yeah,
one.
what I mean by that is pretty simple. Like, any of these important issues, whether you think they're cultural issues or social issues or any of them, they're important. I'm not going to say they're not important, but relatively speaking, all of these issues could be resolved through compromise. And most people, I truly believe, most people, even those soft red people, those more sensible people that may need to be convinced, they would want that as well. And they can be convinced. So, sorry, I just lost my train of thought a little bit there. But if we keep gaslighting each other and talking about whether it's race or abortion or immigration is the big one today, right? And it has been because it's just such a, people love to debate and fight about that one. But if we continue to do that, we're gaslighting each other and we're missing the point that it's the other forces, the behind the curtain, the Stephen Millers and others. They're really the ones that we're not focusing on. It's all the money in politics. It's, when I think of it as not issues, I think of it as principles and values. The Constitution is a set of values, of American values. It's the law of the land, and there's values. And people will debate me sometimes, well, the founding fathers, they were slave owners and they exalted in slavery.
What's up,
And
Jacob?
that's not, sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just saying hi to someone in the chat.
Okay. And that's not necessarily untrue. It's not untrue, but it's not all the founding fathers. Many founding fathers were abolitionists, and some of them, and they did go to eventually we did abolish slavery and so forth. So it was like a roadmap or a vision, the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, even though those people of the 18th century, they didn't have our morality of the 21st century. They had a morality of the 18th century, which was a lot of slavery. And that slavery wasn't always just whites on blacks. You know, if you go back to other eras of slavery, there was lots of slavery of Arabs on Middle Eastern versus blacks and blacks and blacks.
Oh, that's time. Hold on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Hold on. Steve, you said it. Let's do a quick timeout.
Thank you,
here.
WTF.
Yeah.
All right. So when we talk about slavery in the Americas, not just America, so not the United States, but in the Americas, that is a different kind of slavery. That is chattel slavery. Like it was the first time that people were born into slavery via the mother. Like they literally changed the Bible to justify it, because via the Bible, in which these Christians do believe in, all right, it was, you always got your lineage through your father. They changed the Bible to make it so that it was via your mother. All right. And that was to scapegoat the white men who were raping the black slaves. All right. So
Tap the screen, y'all.
so
Tap,
that
tap
way
the screen.
that their children, all right, that were born, those biracial children that were being born, would be born into slavery. They wouldn't have their freedom, because if they had to follow the lineage of the father, you'd have a bunch of black babies running around owning land. All right. So we're talking about a completely different type of slavery. Also, I don't like doing oppression Olympics on this panel. However, we are talking about a completely different type of slavery. Like it was extremely, it was awful, abhorrent, literally like abhorrent. Like they ate us. Like white folks was eating black people. That's how gross it was. It's called slave consumption. It's real. It's extremely real. So there's that. I know Jonah has his hand up, but I want to get you to understand, TK, that I think you might have some blind spots. You may have some blind spots, and it may be some things that you do want to like go over to understand, because
Are you referencing slavery in particular?
no,
There's
not
no
just
doubt.
slavery. I think in race relations and overall.
Oh, of course.
Overall.
Absolutely. I have some blind spots.
Yeah, and so there's that, because there's quite a few different things that were mentioned here, and I know Hector had a question and Jonah, but I'm gonna go to Jonah first. Jonah, the floor is yours, love. Then Hector, and then TK. Thank you.
Well, I am gonna push back on some of the stuff you just stated. One, I don't think that these type of platforms, especially this area, I can say anyways, is gaslighting, because that would for someone to be gaslighting someone, that would imply that you're telling them something false. That is the opposite of the reality that's actually happening in America, which we're not. People are being ripped out of their homes. Families are being separated. That's not gaslighting. That is informing people. There's a difference between telling someone something that is misinformation or malinformation versus telling someone something that's factually accurate. This isn't a platform for us to gaslight people. This is a platform for us to inform people and debunk false narratives that are not true and are not based in fact. And also the 75 million Americans that you're talking about, and saying that, oh, well, saying vote blue in the midterms and all these things, it's not really going to change anything. Yes, obviously there are other issues outside of these things you keep pointing to, but we have to be very clear. We live in a two-party system. At this point in time, there's a two-party system. That is the reality we live in. We cannot say that, oh, the 75 million independents are not being represented, because I don't tie myself to a political party. I tie myself to my beliefs, which is what your political identity is. There's a separation between what is a political party and what is actually your beliefs. If you merge the two, then you can say you do not have representation. But clearly you felt as if you had representation if you voted for Kamala Harris over Donald Trump. There was clearly someone in the election that you had to vote for that represented your beliefs and values. It may not have been the perfect candidate, but it was the candidate that was appropriate for the time that we lived in, as in 2024. So I don't think that this platform is gaslighting. I don't think that these things are negative. I think the only way these type of platforms can be used as a negative thing to harm the American people is if you're spreading misinformation. And I can tell you, everyone on this panel, they bring sources, they bring facts. So it's not gaslighting unless you're in the wrong circle.
Yeah, poor choice of words. I agree.
Hector?
Yes, Jonah, it's Kamala. You know I got to do it to you.
Oh, Kamala, sorry. I be messing
Hey,
it up
I pronounced
myself.
it right. I got it right.
You did. Secondly, I want to go back to what you said about compromise, because yes, technically we know in our two-party system, when it comes to Congress and otherwise, that compromise has to be made on both sides to get certain things done. I would question a lot of the compromises made over the past decade from the Democratic Party, but I digress. What is one issue that you think needs to be a compromise from the left to move forward?
Well, let's take any issue really. What issue you want to pick one?
Well, that's what I asked you. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
you
I can
mentioned
pick
they
any.
don't want to. Yeah. Because you mentioned that they don't want to. Like the two parties don't want to compromise. So like, what issues do you think that they do need to compromise on? And like, what does
Well,
that look like?
There are a lot of Republicans, the old school Republicans, that just happen to vote MAGA because they kind of think that MAGA is Republican, but it's not, right? MAGA is hate. MAGA is so far different. It's no longer a Republican Party. It's a MAGA party, and we just been poisoned, conditioned to believe that because we're like you said, the reality is we live in a two-party system. Doesn't
Mhm.
have to be. It's not really a two. There's nothing in the Constitution that says it has to be two parties, but the practicality is we are two parties right now. It doesn't have to be. You have to go back to 1992 and realize what almost happened in 1992 with Ross Perot and the Reform Party. But anyway, so if you took
Go ahead.
you took abortion, or let's take immigration. Let's take immigration. Maybe that's better. We all know that Obama deported over 3 million illegal immigrants, which was at a rate as high as what Trump's doing today. It's about the same rate, relative speaking, but he did it through a legal process. They had some due process, and it wasn't as what it's happening today. And I think most liberals and independents and people believe in general that if you come here illegally, you probably shouldn't be here illegally. I think a lot of liberals also believe that. And there's no such thing as open borders. No one has ever proposed open borders. So the fact is that majority of people on both sides agree that illegal immigration should be prohibited, just like Biden tried to do and Kamala wanted to do in the previous term, but they were blocked twice, in the first year of Biden's term and in the last year of Biden's term by Trump. So that's an area where most people would agree, but the right has been gaslighted into believing that only Trump can solve this problem, right? Even though the facts prove otherwise, that not only did Kamala and Biden want to solve this problem, but Obama did more to move that forward than anyone else.
Yeah. We know about the solutions that was supposed to happen in Congress up till February 2024. So there's that.
There's been no solutions, right? It's just that fear mongering has prevented people from being too scared to emigrate to the United States. It hasn't been any law changes, right? It's been ICE with masks taking people off the street and has scared the daylights out of. I have people that I know in Colombia and Panama that I speak to, and their families have tried to come up, and they're so scared. No one wants to leave their home. They don't want to leave their families. They have to because they're either being persecuted or they're not safe, right? Or because the bigger issue is because we don't stand on our values anymore, and authoritarianship is growing in Venezuela and other countries, and that makes people want to run away from their homes. They don't want to leave.
Do you?
Go ahead, Hector.
I was gonna say, I guess I got an answer, but I was more so looking for, where do you think the left doesn't compromise when it comes to immigration? Because kind of like you said, most of us do agree, yeah, if you come here illegally, something has to be done. Our laws provide you a fine the first time, and after that, yes, you very much can get deported. I have a little bit of a looser stance on people who've been here for a certain period of time. I'm just like, what the hell is the point? You've already established a life here. Let's just make it easier for you to become a citizen.
Oh, I agree. Absolutely.
But what do you think the left isn't compromising on? I guess that's where I'm confused.
No, I don't think. I think you're right. I think they are much. The left has moved a lot more towards the right over the past 20 years, right? So they have been compromising, and they just keep getting pushed more and more towards a direction. So I'm not suggesting that the left is not compromising. It is more about a right convincing people that are sensible in the middle and on the right. They're just more being gaslighted and misinformed, and that's the real problem, right?
I also think a lot of people are being misinformed and gaslit even about the Democratic Party. All of us are educated enough to know that they're not the. There's a lot more that can be done. There's a whole lot of failures on their part. No one's going to argue with that. But I also think the average person would be surprised to see how much they have done, or at least tried to do. But we've had people like Mike Johnson as the House Speaker. Just haven't had the numbers to do what's necessary in the Senate. It never ceases to amaze me how many people forgot that Hillary Clinton ran off of ending Citizens United, which got us into so much shit today. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. I see Fax up there. What's going on, Fax?
Hey, Fax.
Hi, everyone. I'll defer. I think you said Liv was going to go next. I'll be happy to wait.
No, I think Liv is asleep, actually. She's a teacher.
Liv, you there?
Liv, I even called him.
He's been unmuted, too. Did he unmute earlier?
Yeah, he has his microphone, so he just mutes it.
Oh.
Yeah. So if we start to hear him snore, then that means that he's really, really loud. But no, Liv is probably asleep. I'm going to keep him unmuted, though, just for fun. Okay.
Well, go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. I know that you've been listening to the conversation. Was there anything that you wanted to address or to add?
Yeah, there's a few things. Hi, Civics. 1992 Ross Perot, I think we have to be careful because that was a bit of a gaslight that you did. That did not almost happen. That was an opportunity for our nation to look at third parties differently, but it wasn't a question of it almost happening. Second, I really want to get the answer that Hector asked you, like, where's the compromise? Because the reason at that moment, I think Erica saw me, that's about what I wanted to come up was you claimed that there's gaslighting coming from both sides. And yeah, I didn't really hear an answer on compromise that the left is supposed, like, I don't think there's compromising over human rights. I don't think there's any compromising that has to happen over human rights. And there's one clear political movement. I won't label it as Democrat or Republican. I would label it more as left-leaning ideologically and or progressive and or liberal that stands for human rights. In many cases, status quo Democrats, in my opinion, don't stand enough for human rights, but I don't see how anyone could compromise over human rights. So can you unpack that a little bit for me? Maybe I misunderstood what you said, but that was really weird.
Yeah, I thought it was a little miscommunication. So I said the term gaslighting was wrong about left gaslighting the right. I believe that's wrong. So it's just a bad term. So let's correct that. And going back quickly to 1992, it could have happened, and it definitely was close to happening because if you remember, 39% of the polling showed Ross Perot in the lead in the summer of 1992 before he pulled out for 6 weeks of the election. And then he
I'm talking
re-entered.
about the results, though, not polling.
The results were 20 million Americans voted for Ross Perot out of, I think it was 110 million. So it wasn't close to happening, but it showed it could have happened. So I don't think that was gaslighting either. It was
we'll agree to disagree on that.
Okay, the facts are 20 million people did vote, which is an enormous amount of the people. Okay, now I'm not quite sure how to answer your last question about compromise. I don't think it's about, I agree, it's not about compromising about human rights and other aspects, but I'm more concerned that the red will never vote for left, will never vote for the left. And you have, let's say an issue, let's say, I don't know what's the issue, it's sexuality. Right? The fact is, there's just a large swath of America that will never vote for blue, and they are a powerful group, as we have seen. And they are probably never going to vote for blue, and that's a problem, because then we're going to always have these deep divisions, and they're going to continue to get even wider than they are now. I believe so. I believe they'll continue to get wider.
I got a sleepy caterpillar. I have to shake my head to turn into a butterfly. No, I don't know because you haven't backtracked quite on the compromise part. It's just I'm with facts. I'm with Hector. Hector and I like to talk on the back end. We can't like human rights aren't negotiable. Like it's not even just it was something I was thinking of. It's human life is not negotiable. Like people losing their health insurance, like we shouldn't have a government shutdown because one party, because that's just the way that it is, because one party is wanting to ensure that people can continue to afford their health insurance. And also they want to remove funding cuts to programs that allow people to keep their insurance. And it's like, I don't think that those things should be something that we have to come to the table. It should be, this is what it is. All right, we're keeping these things in place because do we not want our citizens to continue to be healthy, to continue to live? Like those things can't be compromised on.
I never
Even
suggested though to compromise on any of that. On
no,
human rights or
you said
anything.
that they don't compromise. So that's why we're asking you, what is it that the Democrats need to compromise on? I'm really trying to hear something like we shouldn't have to compromise on abortion. We shouldn't have to compromise on gay marriage. We shouldn't have to compromise
Food.
on whether on food. Yes, we shouldn't have to compromise on food. It's so many things. I No one should be in support of what is happening to undocumented immigrants in this country. People being sent to a torture camp, basically. CCOT is a torture camp. People being sent to these small nations in Africa, these third countries, where they don't know the language, they don't know the customs, the culture, so on and so forth. And typically they're being put into a prison, is what's happening to them. Like, what is it that we're compromising on? I to be honest, I just haven't heard anything that is
Nothing.
satisfactory.
Nothing. You're not to compromise. Like I believe in
I don't know.
whether all American values, so whether freedom and liberty, equality, that's the one we're talking about here, equality, democracy, rule of law, all those things. The problem is you have 75 million Americans, or John, if you have 75 million Americans who don't care about any of that, right? And I'm not saying I do, but they don't. So absolutely should not compromise on human rights. But what are we going to do about the hardened positions of those 75 million people?
Well, it's not even about, and when you talk about the 75 million, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Jonah. My apologies. But when you talk about the 75 million people, you're talking about the independents.
No, I'm talking about the MAGA. I'm talking about MAGA,
the MAGA.
in that.
Okay, I thought so, because my whole thing is I am not trying to change their mind. I'm more so concerned about the independents, people like you. All right, how do we get those independents who more so lean to the right? How do we have conversations with them, or how can we have conversations with people who didn't vote? All right, and have them see that, okay, no more purity tests. We don't need to keep expecting perfection. I didn't think so. Facts. I know Facts. You have the numbers for me, love. Thank you so much. But we can't keep expecting purity tests. They can't be a 10 out of 10. Nobody is perfect. And that's what people were looking for with Kamala Harris. That's why we have so many people do protest votes, especially for Palestine. Now look at Palestine. Level five famine. All right. We have Durham going, children unaliving every single day, 60,000, actually more than 60,000 gone. All right. Gone. And they're not coming back. All right, these people are being displaced. Netanyahu just this past week said they want to finish the job. Even after Hamas came to the table and said we will release all of the hostages, they still bombed Gaza, killing more people. Like, those people don't want peace. But here in the United States, we had the option between a person, literally, and this isn't gaslighting, this is true because this is what happened. We had a person who said on several occasions that she wanted a two-state solution. We know a two-state solution wouldn't be easy to accomplish, but it's what she was going to work for. And then on the other hand, we had a person who said out of their mouths that they wanted to turn it to beachfront property. And this was before the election. He was going to turn it to glass. He said that. All right. And people still protest voted. They couldn't give their vote to Kamala Harris. So they either abstained or they voted third party. Some of them even voted for Donald Trump.
Didn't the black
here we
vote
are.
also? Didn't we? The black Kamala lost a lot of the black male vote, didn't she? Compared to previously, I think that's pretty significant. Not only the black male vote, but the Hispanic vote was greatly reduced from Kamala. What Biden got compared to Kamala.
But you don't see that as emblematic of something greater than people just choosing not to vote for her because maybe they didn't like her
I can
policy.
think it's manipulation. And like Gen Z.
It's not manipulation. It's not manipulation. Yeah, we have red pill ideology. There's a lot of kids that have gone down that pipeline. All right. But no, it's misogyny. It's misogyny. It's racism. That's what it is. And so like we can't keep looking at these things and not actually identifying what the issues are. Like we had the former president at the time of the United States go in front of the National Black Journalists Association and say Kamala Harris turned black. That's a dog whistle. Y'all might not have heard it, but we heard it loud and clear.
I heard it. And Obama not having a birth certificate, but not born in the United States. I mean, that's how he came to power, right?
But here's the thing. All right. And one thing
I'm not blind to this.
One thing I want to let you know, all right, is that when we talk about race and we talk about white people, all right, we can use the general term of you. All right, we can use that pronoun. So with that being said, it's not an attack on you. It's not even necessarily an attack at all. It's more so pointing out, and we are talking about white people in general. That's what we're talking about. So don't think that it's an attack on you or anything.
No,
of that
I don't
nature.
think it is an attack.
And so we heard the dog whistle. All right. A lot of people, a lot of white folks did not hear. They didn't hear it. A lot of people actually just believed it. With no evidence whatsoever, they just believed it. And so it was so many occasions of that the misogyny comes into play when they talked about her previous relationship with Willie Brown and also with Montel Jordan. It's like the woman wasn't allowed to date, but Donald Trump is allowed to have not just affairs, but multiple girlfriends at any given point. He's allowed to be married 3 times, divorced twice. He's allowed to have 3 different, mothers of his children. He's allowed that. Kamala Harris literally dated a man who at the time when she dated him, they were already separated for 12 years. They just refused to divorce each other. That's it. But he had already been separated for 12 years. She dated Montel Williams. Montel Williams was a single man. He was single as hell. All right.
Yeah, you don't have to convince me. I'm
just
fully
saying
on board.
it's like all
it.
of these things that they didn't. I'm not trying to convince you. It's literally because you said it was manipulation that plays a part, but let's call it what it actually is. It was misogyny, which is something that we need to deconstruct. It was also racism. All right. These things played a major part in why people did not vote for Kamala Harris, despite her, and you already know this, I'm sure, being one of the most qualified candidates to ever run for the U.S. presidency. Like, come on. So we have to be able to call these things out for what they are. We have to be able to do that, and we also we also need to stick to facts. We really, really do.
Yeah. I'll come back to after Jonah. I'll come back to manipulation,
Jonah,
and I
I'm
want
sorry.
to mention something about Harris.
Okay.
Sorry.
I really do think the conflating of this idea of the independents and this idea of Republicans that have these hardline views, and then this idea that somehow that correlates with like the Democratic Party. I think that underlying is true, but I don't think that you're like actually like looking at the actual issue. I don't think that it's party or any of that, or like we should be trying to convince these Republicans and worrying about, and as everyone has said, we have shifted to the right on every single policy. The Democratic Party in and of itself, this is why people do not turn out and vote, is because they see the two parties as being too closely aligned. It's very difficult to vote for Democrats when you see, oh, you're getting APAC money, you're getting various different amounts of money from the same exact voting groups as the current administration. And I would say that this conflating of us shifting to the right to try to like get this Republican voter that does not want to vote for Democrats. I think that's worthless at this point. I can say a year ago, myself personally, I would say I was more center leaning, I would say. And I thought that, oh, we should be going out and trying to get these Republicans. But the truth of the matter is things are too partisan right now. That does not exist. But you talk about the 75 million people that are independents and they don't have this representation. And what I keep thinking is that 245 million people voted in the last election and 90 million people, almost 90 million people, did not vote. That is not an issue of that is an issue of not having policies that are reaching the needs of the American people. That's an issue of not having policies that are changing people's material conditions. We have to stop worrying about political ideology and all of these things that are irrelevant. It is what is actively happening in someone's pocketbook, what is actively happening in their life, what is actively happening in society and their basic human interactions. And we're overlooking that and looking at this party dynamic, which obviously there's a lot of big issues with that. But I think you can't keep just like and pointing to like, oh, pointing to black voters. In reality, the freaking elephant in the room is that, you know what? 51% of Trump's coalition in 2024 were non-educated white men. You know what? 67% of people that voted for Donald Trump did not have a 4-year education. You know what? 69% of those people, they are in rural communities. And you know what? Those are the same exact people that are going to lose their health care. 36% of these people that live in these rural communities are kids that will lose their access to healthcare. These people are not, there's no gaslighting from the left. This is gaslighting from the right. It is the right that is gaslighting the American people to think that, oh, the Democrats are trying to placate to immigrants. The Democrats are trying to placate to all these different groups of marginalized communities so that they can actively divide us. As you keep talking about, we're being divided, we're being divided, we're being divided. But anyone that is paying attention to what is actively happening right now, you cannot say that the Democratic Party is the person that is perpetrating this. It is the Republican Party that is actively lying to the American people. And every single fact would show that. Every single thing that is currently happening would show that. Our job right here is to try to show the American people that this is happening and not to be silent while an authoritarian takeover is actively happening in our country. I don't think that we need to worry about political ideology. We need to worry about legitimate policies that are going to lift people out of poverty. If you lift people out of poverty, they won't have to worry about immigrants taking their job. They won't have to worry about all these things because you know what? They'll be paying, they'll have more money in their pockets. They'll be living a good, healthy life. They'll be living the American dream. And you won't have anyone to point the finger at because you're actually going to have your wages increasing. You're actually going to have your standard of living increasing. Those are the things we have to focus on. And that's what we try to focus on.
Agreed. Other than the number of people that voted in the last election, I think you just misspoke. So I think it's 154 million. I think you said 250 million. You just must. But other than that,
I meant eligible to vote. 245 million were eligible to vote. We have to worry about all of the people that are not voting. It is not the fact that this idea of representation, it's the fact that the policies are not actually changing anything. That is what I believe. I think that is more so the policies are not actively changing the material conditions of people that live in the country. And until they see that, obviously no one's going to turn out to vote. So there's no reason to be worrying about the conservatives that are clearly not going to vote for Democrats just because of their party ideology. There are 245 million people that were eligible. 90 million of them did not vote. Worry about why those people did not vote. Figure out why those people did not vote. Figure out why we're leaving behind rural communities and all these other variety of people that are being left behind when it comes to the economy and being able to have a good standard of living in America. That's what I think.
I will disagree, though, that issues are important, but the American electorate, as you pointed out, many of them don't care about the issues. They only care if they win their culture war, right?
I sorry to interject. I just strongly I don't agree with that. I think that if you actually have a message that focuses on the issues, there is no room for you. The reason why there is this ability to have so much division is because the needs of the American people have not been being met. If you are actually having your wages being raised outpacing inflation, you're not going to be worrying about the fact that, oh, there is an immigrant that is running away from their country that has natural disasters or has an authoritarian ruler, and they just so happen to want to come live in America and work alongside you and join your community, you're not going to worry about them if you actually live in a country where your wages are actually rising and you're actually being able to live, because you're not going to be worrying about someone because they're black or brown, because you're actually going to be able to do things in your life. You're not going to have to be like, oh, who do I point the finger at to make myself feel like, oh, woe is me.
But you're running under the assumption that representation is for the people, by the people. What I'm saying is both parties, the Democrats have received so much money from they don't represent the people. And the proof is that we don't have any good legislation solving any of those problems you talked about for like 20 years now, for the most part. You know, there's been some legislation in Obamacare and many other things that have been helpful, but politics is about hope over hate.
Yes, facts.
You use words in a very interesting way. You can't say that there's been no significant legislation and then say, well, there's been some. So it just seems
perception. The perception of there been significant
we're not talking
legislation.
perception, though. We're talking
Perception is reality.
No, we're
Perception is
talking reality. No, we're talking reality. We're
I
not
understand you're talking about reality, but perception matters, and that's why I think
that's different than what you said, though. You're being a bit inconsistent.
No, yeah, I can misspeak or I can clarify myself. It doesn't mean you have to attack me.
I'm not attacking you. Don't take it personally.
Okay.
We're having a
and let me clarify. If I agree with you, like I have, I'll alter the words to make it
We're
more
having a
clear.
conversation. This is a
Yeah.
civil conversation.
Yeah.
So first of all, I would not ever categorize all 77 million voters who voted for Trump as MAGA. I think MAGA is the smallest minority within the Republican Party. They just happen to be the loudest. I've always divided the Republican voter into three distinct categories. There's like the 20 million or so roughly that are MAGA, and that's been studied through numerous channels. I look at the oligarch class, the rich among us will always take advantage of the tax break. And then there's the middle of the road Republican voter who just always votes Republican. I just think because MAGA is the loudest, we know that 47% of MAGA, this was a recent poll done by this polling organization out of Canada called Ledger, it's LEGER, 47% of MAGA voters, as identified, would still support Donald Trump, even if there were pictures of him abusing young girls as it relates to Jeffrey Epstein. That's not every Republican voter. We don't, ideologically in our country, the most important social issues are overwhelmingly supported by the majority of Americans, whether it comes to women's rights to their body, firearm reform, economic reform, court reform. So the country to move forward, I'm a progressive. The country to move forward does not need Republican voters. To Jonah's point, we just need more people to participate in democracy. So I'm not gonna compromise with Yahtzees, quite frankly. I'm not interested. I want to move. They can either get on board or get out of the way, because society to progress needs to progress. And I'm tired of the Democratic Party pandering to the right. That's why I'm not a status quo Democrat. I'm a progressive. People started listening to the progressive wing of the party, everyone would benefit because we do education reform, tax reform, healthcare reform, minimum wage increases, court reform. All those things are progressive ideologies that Bernie's been standing on forever. So we've got to stop this. I don't want to compromise with the right. I have no interest in compromising with them. None.
Well,
and we don't have to. We don't have to ideologically.
You're great point about Bernie, though. So why didn't, when people get frustrated with the Democratic Party, including Democrats, is because, let's say Kamala, she may have been the most qualified, but when she ran in the primary, she had a very small percentage of the primary vote. So she wasn't a popular candidate. And I'm not saying you should go on qualifications.
Correct?
What's that?
You'd be speaking on 2019, correct?
Yes, in the last primaries. Yeah, if you can fill me in the numbers, that would be great. But she was never a popular candidate.
Well, she dropped out before Iowa, though. How would we know?
Right, but Bernie in the first two primaries of that year was very popular, and the Democratic Party basically, because of their super delegates, pushed him aside, right? And that also upset a lot of Democrats. And prior to that, with Hillary Clinton, is also a problematic because she was part of the establishment, right? So she was never popular either. She was never able to give a message of hope like Obama did. And Kamala never.
But why, though? To Erica's point, why was the other woman who ran for presidency not popular? Misogyny.
Yeah, misogyny. Yeah, sure. Part of America, including all races. Yeah, including all races are saying, not overall, I'm not going to blanket statement, but a large portion of all races in America are saying they're not quite ready for a woman president, at least not those two candidates, because they weren't able to. Maybe they're just not hopeful enough. Who knows what the reason is? But they lost a lot of the vote. If you would say if that was a male, would they have won? Very likely, right?
I
Hillary
So it's
Clinton
misogyny.
was very hopeful. Kamala Harris was very hopeful.
Yeah, but
Kamala Harris
it
was
didn't
the
it
most
didn't
hopeful.
parlay for probably because of racism and other reasons,
Yeah,
right?
it didn't parlay for all kinds of reasons that we don't have.
But she was never
go back and
popular
look at.
even for the Democrats
Hil-
when she was
but-
in the primaries.
Hold on, but Hillary won. Hillary won the popular vote.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, she won the popular vote, so Hillary was popular. She was popular. She actually
Yeah,
got,
she was
she got
close,
over
right?
50%.
But
no,
Obama,
she
who was a
went-
black man, won. So what's the difference? Like, how
It's-
did black female
well-
lose? That's misogyny.
I think
Really?
I think
Black
I
woman,
think
not
you
black
have
female.
that.
Black woman, please.
Thank you.
What did I say?
You said black female.
Okay. Is that should I not say that?
Yeah, you just say women. Like, just say woman.
You
It's
said
okay.
black man, then you said black female.
Yeah.
Okay.
You reduce us to our sex, whereas you gave the men the respect of their gender. See, that's like misogyny. It was in
interesting.
play. It was a whole thing. It,
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
dehumanizing. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hillary won the popular vote. We all know that. We were all very upset when the Electoral College, for whatever reason, one of another, went the way in which it did. All right, because Hillary was supposed to win that election. Also, I think credit is due to Kamala Harris, 107 days, and she was able to garner as much support as she did because Donald Trump did not even, in the context of the word, get the majority of the vote. He did it. He didn't even get 50%, but he got, I think, was it 1.9 Hector or 1.8% more than Kamala?
Trump?
Yeah, Trump.
1.6.
1.6. My gosh, see, I was giving that man more credit than he deserves, ever. So 1.6% more than Harris received. So I mean, there's that. I think Kamala did a hell of a job. It's just that we have, unfortunately, the right has a very powerful media machine. They're really good at propaganda. They're really great at messaging. So there's that. And I think that if we are going to have more progressive policies here in the United States of America, all right, that would be a benefit for all Americans. Then the Democrats are going to have to work on their messaging. Maybe they can take a note from Mamdani and even friggin' Newsom. And I don't even like Newsom, but take a message to how they're using social media. Maybe they need to call up Howard Dean and see how he's doing and have him run a class or something, because in 2004, Howard Dean was the first one to use social media to make some things shake, and he raised a lot of money doing so. So, like, call him, see what he's doing these days. Like, they just need to be better at that. And I agree with Fax. I agree with Jonah. I agree with Hector. I know Liv is asleep. But I agree with my friends here that we are not to compromise, especially on humanity, human rights, and civil liberties. We can't compromise on those things. I just don't think that we can. It will do us no justice whatsoever. It won't. And so, yeah. And then also, again, I don't think that there's gaslighting involved coming from the left per se. Like Jonah was saying in the debate talk space, we stick to facts and how we actually explain the information and don't mind giving sources. Whereas what we see on the right, unfortunately, and that's a division, but what we see on the right and even independents who lean right is that we see a lot of lies and untruths, as Bush Jr. would say, lies and untruths that are easily debunkable. All right, yet people still choose to believe them. So I think that this is something that is greater than just party ideology. I don't know what it is, and maybe someone on the panel might know, but it's greater than just, I like Donald Trump or MAGA, make America great again. It's something greater than that.
You're
If
right.
you guys want to chime in, by all means.
Well, the culture war is coming from the right. The culture war does not exist on the left. The culture war is always coming from the right. It's been studied. I mean, the left, again, an example of gaslighting is the right attempting to convince people that the culture wars are coming from the left, and they're just not, because it's rooted in human rights. And that's why I say there can't be compromise, because so many of the things that we debate about, so many things that the media wants us, the perception that we're equally divided on, we're not equally divided on women's rights to their body. We're not. We're not equally divided on firearm reforms. These are 65, 70, 75% issues nationwide. Republicans, independents, Democrats, Democratic Socialists, Communists, Marxists, Fascists, the whole list. It's a 75% favorability rating on these things to get them done. Same thing with education reform. Same thing with tax codes. So this is where the media is gaslighting us, but it's not 50-50. I'm not going to compromise on those things, and we don't have to.
I never suggested you should. Other than earlier on when we spoke about, compromising on the aspects of uniting more people together. Like, here's the one thing I think I understand. I think I understand everything that you guys are saying. But the poisoning and manipulation, I want to take one example, Gen Z. Gen Z is probably the most important generation of our futures, all of our futures, including theirs. And the Charlie Kirks, the Ben Shapiros, the Jordan Petersons, the Joe Rogans, the Candace Owens, and all of them, those issues, yeah, it's important to try and drive those issues home that matter to them. But for some reason, they're being gaslighted, like you said, by the right, so hard and manipulated and focused on culture wars and immigrations that the manipulation is running so deep at such a young age, as now you have a whole generation of young Gen Z men in particular, and actually a lot of women as well, that the scary part is you guys are right about everything, but you're probably the outcome is not going to be what you want it to be because of the manipulation machine and the messaging machine of social media and traditional media is so powerful that you're going to lose, because you've already seen that Trump ran on no issues. Basically, there was no legislative issues. He didn't have a platform, and he still won. And that shows that the reality of the situation, whether you want to admit it or not, is, and I'm not saying you should abandon talking about issues, but the reality is things are looking bleak for anyone that stands for all those American values that you mentioned, whether it's diversity, equality, all those things. You're right, but you're also wrong, because I think you guys are missing part of what the messaging has to be.
What do you think the messaging has to be?
You can go ahead to Alex.
Yeah, correct.
No,
I'm here to learn as well.
I need to do two things. Oh my gosh, not a peanut head raid. Shout out to Santana for the raid, y'all. Thank you so much, Santana Raiders, for coming over here. If you aren't following me, go ahead and make sure that you tap that follow next to my name and see your daily heart me. Also, guys, we're working on the sleepy worms. So if you want to send one of those, that'd be cool. So let's knock those out. We only have 9 of those to go. Also, I have an amazing panel here. Liv is asleep, but Liv is a teacher. So I would say check out his wish list in his bio for his students. Like, do that. All right. Also, Hector and Jonah and Fax are here. Guys, this is the first time Fax has been here. Am I fangirling a little bit? Just a tad. Not a lot. Keeping cool. You are? Oh, awesome. Cool. All right. We're all in this together. All right. Keeping cool, guys. Keeping cool. All right. Don't embarrass me. All right. So, guys, let's keep doing all of the good things, guys. Also, shout out to Sandra for sending the 20 and just said, I get it. Thank you so much, Sandra, for that $20. I appreciate you, love. Guys, just keep doing all of the good things. All of the good things, guys, while we have this conversation. And so that was a good question. Hector, please repeat your question, because I want to know the answer.
Absolutely. First and foremost, Erica, yes, I've been on Fax panel more than you have. Anyways, yes, secondly,
you have. Hey, can we just say how handsome Hector is? Seriously,
it's the dome.
I call Steve the TikTok Richard Gere.
Ah, that's good.
That's what he is.
Dude, you're in trouble,
man.
Who doesn't like Richard Gere? I like him, an officer and a gentleman.
My question was, because I believe his last comment was saying that we're missing something on the message here on what the message should be. So my question was, what should the message be?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
It's a good question. I don't know if I have the perfect answer, but I think the message has to be of one that everybody can agree on, even in order to pull people, not MAGA, not necessarily MAGA. I agree with that. But people who are for some reason voting for culture wars, I think the issue has to be uniting around the corruption in our
Who
government.
do you
because
think is voting for culture wars?
certain people on the soft right, so you can take what used to be a reasonable conservative, and they are voting for they're voting based on fear, right?
Okay, so all right, cool, great. So this is where I'm utterly fucking confused. So you're saying some people are voting on culture wars, and then we need to get behind a message that everyone can agree on. And where I'm very confused about that is that you're saying we don't compromise on human rights, this and that, but then you've been alluding this entire time you're on this live to there being a particular message that we need to be talking about, a particular thing we may need to let go or be softer on. So I'm just really confused because I feel like we're kind of back to square one here. Like, and then when I asked about what the specific like message should be, you're like, well, I'm not quite sure. So
Well,
I don't know if there's
corruption,
just
right?
something you're not saying, or I don't know what's happening here.
No, corruption. It's the corruption in government, right? The amount of money that flows to all that's what I'm saying needs to be, what I believe needs to be the messaging. Because that's what most people would agree with, is that they don't have, see, my view is this, so maybe this helps. And I could be wrong, and you may have a different view, and it's always interesting to hear other points of view on this. In order to have, every one of the issues can be resolved if you have representation that truly represents the people, right? You had, of course, you had Hillary that won the majority of vote. And if you had people that actually were voting in the people's best interest or representing their people on the ground at the congressional level, at the Senate problem, but we don't have that. And we don't have that is because of both parties have been influenced and corrupted by so much money, and that they don't represent people, they represent their constituents, and their constituents are not people, they're the corporations, they're the billionaires, and they're the special interests. So my point of view is, unless you can actually bring representation back to the people, you will never be able to solve any of these issues. Or potentially, we're going in a direction where, because when we go to our authoritarianism or fascism, then it's going to be too late. You're never going to solve it.
You're 6,000% correct. So here's the thing. The Democratic Party is the only party we currently have, for all their shits and failures, that is actually trying to get accurate representation from people who come from some of these communities to protect their constituents. Right. There's AOCs. I can speak specifically to Greg Gazar out here in Austin, Texas. He'll be going up against Lloyd Doggett because the new redistricting bill, or gerrymandering bill, I should say, took away their seats, so now they have to fight for one. So we have people that are very much trying to be more reflective of what the Democratic Party should be, and they're having one hell of an uphill battle already just with the establishment Democrats. I think it's important, and this is something I intend to start doing, and I've been talking to people about, that we start talking about those people. We can vote and talk on behalf of Nancy and whoever else until they get the hell up out of there. But there are rising stars in the party, and those people need to be broadcasted everywhere. I think
but they're being held back.
Doing an amazing job,
and they always will. By the party.
They always will. But then I think we've seen what they've tried to do to them, and we've seen that many of them have failed because of the media coverage that they've gotten. AOC. Now, I remember her going from just like a little bartender that everyone disregarded, and when she tried to do that, like Black said that one time, it was weird. Went from that to going on tour with Bernie Sanders, and Bernie Sanders now taking a backseat and propping her up. That is what consistent advocacy, consistent pressure on the Democratic Party can do. I personally want her to see her to be House Speaker. I think she would be an amazing House Speaker. So everything you're saying is right about the corruption, but I have a hot take about that one.
Remember, who owns the media?
Almost done. I have a hot take about that one in regards to corruption from the Democratic Party, because for the most part, I think everyone already knows about it. I am of the opinion that right now that's not the priority, because they're not even the corrupt party in power. I think right now we focus on the Democrats are trying to do things, and then once they win, we can talk about all the corruption, because at this point, it's just serving people to say, I'm not going to vote at all. And that's exactly how we got into this mess to begin with. But go ahead, and then I think Jonah had something to say.
one thing. Let me just say this. I'm sorry, guys. I have to do housekeeping. Hey, hi, tubers. Hi, tubers. All 155 of you over there. Hey, thank you so much for coming in from Santana's. If you're not sub, go ahead and make sure that you are subbing. Also, guys, make sure that you're liking the stream while you're here. Keep doing all of the good things. And I did want to point this out again because it was Sandy, not Sandra, but Sandy. Thank you so much, Sandy, for that 20 earlier. Guys, that makes us $58 away from our daily donation goal. Links are in the bio if you'd like to support the live. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. All right, let's just keep doing all of the good things. Remember to show the panel all of the love too, guys, because they're putting in the heavy labor. Because I think this is a necessary conversation, especially since different parties and also ideologies and beliefs and also wants are involved here. So I think we're actually having a very good, productive conversation. So let's keep it going. The floor is yours, TK.
All I wanted to mention is when you mentioned media, you're right about the media, but then you have to go back again. What's happening? Who owns all of social media other than YouTube and Reddit? So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and the others, right, are predominantly owned by right-wing propaganda networks at this point. And when it comes to regular traditional media, the largest, people always say that the left owns traditional media. That's actually not true. They own a lot of corporations in the left, but the ones with the biggest followings, the Fox Newses, they actually have more reach, even on the traditional side, than the left media does. So when you combine social media and traditional media together, they are more and more being owned by 5 billionaires on both sides, right? And of course, the fairness doctrine that was eradicated 30 years ago was a problem. And so when you have all the money and you own the media, so you can control the narrative, and you have different things in mind, like how do you crack that? How do you go past that?
Conversation in spaces like this, for example, these kinds of conversations. I want to address something that I have to drop. Thank you so much for having me up, Erica. I really appreciate it.
Of course. I know it's late for you. So thank you so much for being here.
It's my honor. I think we always talk about this in terms of, it's just a little bit about BTK. I served in my state government. I was in media for 25 years. So there's some interesting sort of cross sections that I have with my own background. One of the advantages that the right has been able to have, and I don't mean this to be derogatory, but we know through studying this that the people who vote right tend to not be as formally educated. This is not a question of intelligence. It's just about formal education. And because of that, it's a lot easier to control the message to that group because, as you pointed out correctly, in my opinion, a lot of it is based on fear. The culture war messaging comes from the right. It has for 50 years. It goes back to Reagan. It goes back to women's rights to their body. It goes back to feminism, and it went back to gay pride. It's always been something. They're always looking for another target, another scapegoat. It's always black people, but in general, they try to sprinkle in other marginalized groups over the course of that time. The messaging has been simple for the right. They'll use 3-word expressions just like marketing. Whether it be stop the steal, lock her up, fuck Joe Biden, those are easily consumable. And that message, like talking about human rights from a political perspective, is boring as fucking hell. It's boring. The problem is it doesn't resonate emotionally like messaging from the right does. So an example of left-wing messaging in those 3-word catchphrases: safety, affordability, and freedom. If the left ran on that consistently, you would win so many swing districts, so many swing voters, because again, it's true, because there is only one major political party now that is focusing on those things, and it also scratches an emotional itch.
What do you think about that, TK? Oh, Fax, are you about to leave?
I'll wait to answer that.
I can't argue with anything there. The proof would be in the pudding, right? Sort of old school speak is, we would hope that someone needs to do that. And the Democratic candidates historically since Obama hasn't been able to do that. Obama's the only one that's been able to convey a message of hope, right? That his whole platform was based on hope. And you're probably right. And I hope you are right. But I'm afraid I don't know who's that messenger. Who is it going to be? Is it AOC? I think it was at some point Bernie had a chance, but I'm fearful.
I would worry less about the messenger and focus more on the message. Exactly, Jonah.
Oh,
I
I
think
disagree. I disagree so much with that.
well, let's think of it this way. Donald Trump, it's about the message. In his case, he's very charismatic, but the unification of right-wing politics has been about hatred.
Yep.
They've unified around a message, and it's worked effectively. Again, thank you guys very, very much. Erica, love you, friend. Hector, Handsome Devil, Jonah, I don't think we've met. It's a pleasure. Liv, TK,
Love you,
good luck.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Hector, it would have been great if Six was in my Red Pill Live yesterday. That's all I can say. Thank you guys. See you later.
All right, have a good night, Fax. Thank you so much. Awesome. Guys, drop some hearts in the chat for Fax. Drop some hearts in the chat. All right. I'm still gonna fangirl just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I think at this point we need the Democrats to be unified in actual message, and a message that does resonate with a larger demographic than just those people who are registered as Democrats. Someone actually said it in the comments earlier, and it makes sense. Like, progressive policies, all right, but explain in a way that people can understand. Like right now, just an example. I know this is going to seem so simple to all of us, but Mark Kelly, during his interview on Fox News, he made it so simple to understand what was going on with the shutdown. He did. He explained that the Democrats wanted to keep subsidies in place. He explained that they wanted to keep the subsidies in place to ensure that people can afford their health insurance via the Affordable Care Marketplace. All right. And then he gave an example. He gave an example that, in his state, Arizona, all right, 109,000 people, all right, would end up paying over 100% more than what they currently pay. And he used the example of they would go from paying $600 a month to $4,000 a month. He just simply gave the example, and it was super easy to understand. And now we have a Fox poll, a Fox News poll that is showing that the majority of those Republicans surveyed, all right, think that the shutdown is the fault of the GOP because this thing has been explained simply to them, all right, plain speak, if you will. So I think we have to focus on a unifying message. Again, get rid of the darn going purity test, but let's focus on the message, and then let's look at the messenger. Because if the Democrats, like the Republicans, like Fax said, are united in hate. So it really doesn't matter who the person that speaks for them is, because they all have the same message. Hate everything that isn't white, cisgendered, and male, and also heterosexual. All right, we have to put that in. Hate everything that isn't that. Okay? Simple as pie. All right? The Democrats, all right, I don't think we have to deal in hate. We just need to be able to be unified in the message. That's it. And so how do we even go about that? I don't have that magic answer. I have thoughts, I have ideas, but I don't have the magic answer.
I wonder if you're right, by the way, about Trump. For whatever reason, whatever people think he's charismatic, I don't. Never have. I've known about this guy since I was 1977. I remember hearing about him when I was a young child, and he was just, he was always just a horrible, despicable human being. But I don't know if when JD Vance is the next guy, because he's been propped up by Peter Thiel, and I don't think he's going to be able to deliver. I don't think MAGA is going to follow him like the way they do Trump.
No, they would probably need someone like Stephen Miller. That's probably what they would need, a Stephen Miller to carry on the message. JD Vance is he's peculiar as all get out. Also, JD Vance has an Indian wife. He don't qualify.
If Tom Homan ran, he got it.
There you go.
Yeah.
He got it. But yeah, this has been a great conversation. Jonah, go, and then TK, you can respond, and then it's going to be time for me to take my evening nap.
Okay, so you mentioned Gen Z, and then I've been waiting for some. You mentioned Gen Z, and how like the Democratic message is not resonating with them. I am Gen Z, so I can speak on some of the reasoning behind that, my opinion anyways. When we turned 18 years old, It was 2020. That was a pandemic. The economy was trash. We have not lived through a time period where there has been a quote unquote good economy where people can actually afford to live, afford to buy housing, afford to actually buy necessities. So we went from being young little children and then, oh, you see everything slowly get out of reach. Like I can say I remember a honey bun being 50 cents when I was like freaking 13 years old. Go to the store now, it's $2.99. I know that's a scam, but that's besides the point. I do not think that, and you said, oh yeah, you said that the message should be a message of corruption and going against corruption. I don't think that that's the message right now, quite frankly. I don't think that should be the message even when Democrats get power in 2026. I think that the fact that people's healthcare premiums are going to increase, I think that is an economic issue. I think the fact that in 2024, we saw the number one issue being the economy. And I think the fact that Donald Trump is on pace to be polling just as low as Joe Biden was literally when he was in office when it comes to his approval regarding the economy. I think this is an economic focused message that we have to be focusing on, because the fact that we can increase the defense budget by over $175 billion, but we cannot increase people's pay in this country is baffling. That is something that Gen Z cannot see why that exists. The fact that we have, and I agree with you when you say there's corruption and whatnot. I see when you see these high members of the Democratic Party that are saying we should continue to support AIPAC when majority of Democratic voters do not want you to support this, when majority of the public in general of the United States do not want you to support that deters voters. We have to be focusing on fixing economic issues, pointing out the fact that if you were to ask any red state governor how they would defend their economic policies, how do you defend the fact that there is no income tax bracket in Florida? How do you defend that? How do you defend the fact that they have regressive tax policies, unlike a state like California or New York? How do you defend the fact that 71% of GDP is in Democratic counties? These are things that are undefensible because the Democratic Party policies do work, but you have to actually articulate it in a manner and not tell the American voter when the policies don't seem to be working that they're wrong. That is something that I do believe the Democratic Party has an issue with, is telling their voters that they're wrong and what they're feeling is not what they're feeling. I think that is very problematic. But ultimately, the Republican Party's policies do not meet the needs of the American people. There will be less investment in infrastructure. There will be less investment in education. There will be less investment in healthcare. These are the reasons why you have states that are being left behind. You have rural communities being left behind. You have these regressive policies that are leaving people behind because there's no growth, there's no innovation. But if you can get the progressive wing of the party, if you can get, I don't care who the messenger is, I think a messenger will rise. I'm not worried about the messenger. It is the message that will get people to vote. The messenger, the person that can articulate that message, will come forth naturally. That's something that should not be forced by the establishment. I don't think that we should be waiting for the establishment to prop someone up. I like Gavin Newsom. I don't like his policies. I like the fact that he's fighting back, but I do not think that he's the person to articulate a message that actually will speak to the needs of the American people. And the message has to be the economy. For too long, the message has not been the economy. Point out the hypocrisy and the fact that the defense budget has been rising. Point out the fact that poverty in this country is 11%. Point out the fact that majority of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. These are things that are not gaslighting. They are facts. These are things that are true and are measurable. And people in everyday life know these things to be true, and they cannot be denied. That's where I think we do not need to focus on corruption. Yes, we need to focus on the system. That is something that we can change long term, but that is not something we can change in the face of authoritarianism.
All right. Let me just say, you might be right, and I might be right, and some other people might be right. The thing about the messaging is, if you want to lean on messaging, it doesn't matter what you think or I think. Messaging is something like, if you build back better, there's a strategy of this is going to be our messaging, but it's never really tested. Kamala, I forget what Kamala's strategy was, but like what Trump does, he throws out things out into the wild, and certain things stick.
Opportunity
And so the economy stupid is, you're probably right, Jonah. Like the economy stupid is what most people gravitate to, and that has always worked in politics for the past 80 years. So you might be right, but you can't just come up with messaging. You have to test it. It's like building a product. You have to see what works, and then you lean on it. So it might be corruption. It might be something else.
Interject here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I do not. I'm gonna push back on that once again. I don't agree because ultimately the whole idea of it being tested, we have tested different economic philosophies over the course of American history. That's simply what happens when there's a new administration. We know what was different about Joe Biden's foreign policy when it came to trade versus Donald Trump's foreign policy when it comes to trade. I do not believe the message will not be economy because, simply put, we have tariffs in place currently. Just today, companies, CEOs literally were talking about how they are going to have to start raising prices soon. This is something that has been being pushed back for months. The ramifications of these tariffs have not completely been felt. And at this point in time, we have a government.
I know you fellas are having a great time yip yapping, right? That's cool. And Erica might not say it, but it's time to go. I know her, and she will be too nice to cut anybody off. So I would like to kindly ask everyone to land the plane and, go on about the business. I'm gonna drop down. See you guys.
I lost my train of. Thank you, Santana. I done landed my plane. I lost my train of fucking thought. God damn.
That's my head mod right there, guys. Head mod. All right. Okay. All right. But I do have to actually go because my phone is like on 5% now. And also I do have to parent. All right. Because he likes to take advantage. As long as I'm here, he gets to be like, oh my God, party over here. It's a whole thing. All right. And it's late. It's 10 o'clock at night. So it's time to go. But TK, thank you very, very much for stopping by. I definitely appreciate it. It was a great conversation. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, all, and have a good night's sleep.
You too. Thank you, love. Good night.
Charles.
Awesome. All right, Jonah. Hold on, Bubba. One thing. Hold on. All right. Jonah, thank you also, my love, for
Thanks for
stopping
having
by.
me.
Long time no see. All right.
Long time
you
no
got
see.
school
I've been
tomorrow?
busy. Yeah, I got class tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Get
I
to
got
it. Go
class in
take a
about
nap.
9 hours.
Okay. All right. Have a great day, love.
Yeah, have a
Thank
great
you.
night.
Bye. Awesome. Livingston. I heard that they ran out of oxtails. There are no more oxtails in the world. They're all gone. No more oxtails. He can hear me. Oh, he left. Don't remove him. All right. Liv's going to be like,
like oxtail?
why does he like oxtail so much?
Why do you like oxtail so much?
I don't think I like oxtail so much. We eat them like once every like 3 months. Not a lot, but hold on one moment. I promise. All right, Hector, you got anything, friend?
What is the whole ox-
I think it would serve us a whole lot more, especially right now, to look.
That was so unnecessary. So unnecessary. I feel like if you could remove me, you would. All right, so unnecessary. Anywho, that was just so unnecessary. Good grief. Anywho, guys, because he was trying to choose his words carefully. It was a very long conversation. Look, I'm a bird. All right. Okay, guys. All right. Hector, all the love. You know, you're my number 2. Dan's number 1. Okay. But Hector knows what it is. Okay, guys, here is the deal. Here's the deal. All right. Guys, I want to thank everyone for tapping the screen, for sharing the live, for sending a gift, and everyone who sent the donation, who did all of the good things tonight, both here, Twitch, and on the tube. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Also, with that being said, guys, all right, I know that's right, Hector. I know that's right. It's going to be fun. Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, so here's the thing. Thank you to Fax for coming out tonight. I know it's late over there in Massachusetts, so thank you for being here, Fax. Also, shout out to Hector, to Jonah, and to Liv for all stopping by. Thank you again for just doing the good things, guys. And with that being said, what I like to say is, I'll leave you with this. If you can't do something kind for yourselves, please do something kind for someone else. I absolutely love y'all.